Yada.
Yo, 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 yo. This is your boy Ron. We got Super Duper in the middle. Leroy Green on my right, your left. This is the number one weekend podcast in the game, the Weekend Rhyme. Be back at it again on a Sunday afternoon, the first day of June, the midway point of the year. Got a great show tonight. What's going on, brothers?
What's good? What's good? Hip hop.
Good.
What's going on?
What's happening? What's happening?
Number
Peace
one.
to the chat. Was really good, y'all.
No doubt, no
Yeah.
doubt, no doubt. But everybody getting up in here real quick. I mean, we got the late notifications. I don't know what's going on with the YouTube. Okay, people are coming in the room. But we got a good show for you tonight. Let's go. We're gonna talk about, since
But
we are in the month of June, we're at the midway mark of 2025. So Super thought it would be good for us tonight to talk about the midway point. What's been dope so far? What's been, the hottest of 2025, the best albums, the best songs. So Super compiled a list. I think Leroy's got a list. I don't have a list. I'm just going to tell you what I'm looking forward to for the remainder of 2025. So I'm gonna come at it from that play. We're gonna talk about this LA topic that's been going crazy right now. We put it out on our Twitter, and it's been retweeted a lot about the best LA rappers. So we'll let Leroy rock on that a little bit. And I know Leroy's been talking about some albums that came out this week, some new music that's been out. So we're gonna let Leroy rock on that. So I think, gentlemen, before we get into our 2025 list, let's start
yeah.
off with you, Leroy. Let's start off with what's been popping, what you heard this week, what's some new music you want to get into.
Okay, so just first things first, right? I'm somebody I'm really into hip hop for real. I'm not like a casual. I'm excited. And when I see a new album is coming out or a new album has come out, I'm excited by that. Who else is like that? I need the fans that are like that to be here because I was a little reluctant to do this album thing or albums that are struck a chord so far because I don't see a level of excitement for hip hop no more. I think I see everybody like that's well, it ain't no big deal. Like nothing is moving people to be excited. So if there were people out there that hear some albums that you are excited about, that you feel are dope, let me know because I'm already there. I see albums and I get excited. I'm like, I'm not a casual. You know what I mean? So as far as usually I wait till November to start ironing out the best of the best of. That's just normal because by November the year is over. You know for the most part. So that's when I go in that album mode. But as of a halfway point right now, right?
But
Let's talk about
before you get into that, Leroy, cook up on the new
yeah.
music. Cook up on the new music real quick. The new music.
Oh,
The new.
okay, okay. I thought we was going in there, but we can go new music too. New music. So I was really juiced this weekend because Rome Streets is back outside with Conductor. I'm a Rome Streets. I'm a rap guy. You want to really rapping? I'm with that. Clipse got a new single that was fire. Master Killer, as far as making good songs, a lot of times we have a discussion about, well, just make good songs. Master Killer delivered in just making good songs. Gold Link. I know that not a lot of people's style. That new Gold Link Enoch album is fire. That I know that leans more towards house music, electronic music, but that's a bag right there. I'm in that bag. That Gold League album is fire. And ASAP Rock. Now ASAP Rock, that's other levels of rapping to me. If you were, but I think people should be on to that. All those people that like Supreme Clientele. Every time we talk about Ghostface, people be like Supreme Clientele's classic. So I'd be like, okay, check out ASAP Rock. Then they'd be like, well, I don't know about that. It's like these are the same chambers. You know what I mean? Now I know everybody has their preference and all that, but people that are still in, I'm an explorer. I used to go to the record store looking for rappers that I did not know. Cause I don't want to just hear the rappers I know. I want to hear rappers I don't know. So that's what I used to look for. So those are the albums that drop that are that I really listen to. I miss some too because I can't listen to 7 new albums in 2 days. Sorry, you know what I'm saying. But those are the albums I heard and I liked. Somebody said
Hey,
Rome Street album of the year.
hey, I
I
gotta
won't
give
go that.
it. I got to give it to Rome Streets as far as the album too. I mean, Train Spot
Yeah.
is definitely. I think it's definitely got to be in the top five, man. I mean, we're gonna get into that subject a little later, but I definitely got it in my
Okay.
top five albums of the year so far.
I ain't
You
mad.
know, the bar work on there. I really love Rule 4080. That's one of my favorite songs on there, where you just going
Okay.
in on the industry and talk about how these artists play themselves and play themselves out. I mean, I love that track, man. So we're gonna
Right.
get into it a little bit more. You know, I'm not. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I guess since we're
Yeah,
talking about the album, we might as well just talk about it. I mean,
we
I'm
get
not the
into it now.
biggest fan of the production on the album. A lot of that distorted sound and production I could have done without, but it still
Yeah.
don't take away from the bar work that Rome Streetz put into the album. So you know, Rome, he definitely holds the album down. Not, I don't even think it's a feature on there,
Okay.
is it? I think it's all solo
He got,
dolo form.
yeah, no, he got Method Man. He got Meth
Yes,
on
yeah,
there.
that's right. You're right. He got Method Man
Yeah.
on there. But yeah, I
Yep.
mean, from top to bottom, I mean, I think the album is a nice album. It don't have any skips on there because Rome is holding it down. His bar work is immaculate on there.
Right.
And I like the album, so I got to give it to him. I got to give it to him straight up and down right now. I got to give it to him. It's a nice album, Ron. Good job, well done. Job well done.
I ain't mad. You pretty much covered the bars. I mean, a lot of times I get into specific bars. I could do that as well. Like on Method Man's verse. First of all, he makes a play on the words paper, rhymes, and lines, and then he plays on those three words throughout the verse. That's fire. That's wordplay. On Blood in Your Boogers, Rome spells his name rule, cipher, master, equality. So that basically means I control my environment using balance. But that's ill though. Like now, when we get into certain rappers, they rapping in code because they ill. You know what I'm saying? So on what you call it, died 1,000 times. The cadence on that, like later when we talk about house music with what Gold Link was doing, that's a different beat, right? Because that's more like doom, 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 doom. I'm not saying that's what Conductor was doing. I'm saying the tempo is a certain way. So you have to switch your cadence. When Rome Street switches his cadence, that's fire because that lets you know that he's not trapped into one delivery. You know what I mean? So that's one thing we got to look at too. He said
I, I,
success.
I like, and for me, you know, this is lyrical rap for me. Like I love his bar work. I love the way he's spitting on here. I like a lot
Okay.
of the, you know, he got a lot of quotes on here. I mean, the shit is just fire. You know what I mean? For me, you know what? And I mentioned this in the chat. Not in the chat, but in our group chat. That Rome Streets reminds me of Big L. His voice, a lot of his rap style, just the way he sounds. I don't know if it's like just because it's a Brooklyn thing or what, but he really
Okay.
reminds me of
Yeah.
Big L a lot. You know what I mean? He got the spirit of Big L in him, man. He really spitting. I mean, I love the album. I really do like the album. I do like the album.
Somewhere between like a Big L and Core Mega type of it's a certain accent, in New York, certain accent, you know what I'm saying, that we recognize, you know what I mean. So yeah, he got that. On Mash, he says success don't come with being comfortable. That's a bar. Like if you comfortable, you probably not chasing nothing. With the chase gonna make you uncomfortable. So all the songs that I thought was dope. Andre Agassi, I thought was dope. Mash. Don't worry, y'all. I'm gonna get to the clips. I know the clips is outside and Pharrell went stupid, but I'm gonna get to the clips. Don't worry about it. Mash was dope. Runny Nose was dope. Ricky Bobby with Method Man Fire. Um, 99 Attributes. Died 1,000 times. Electric Slide. A Heartbreaker. The sample was dope on that. Resource Room. The little flute sample. Fire on that. Um, 99 Attributes. My Life's Ill. $100 bills I cover my scars with. Fire. 10 Toes. The little West Coast. The little
Yeah, I
whistle.
love that. Hey, Ten Toes is
Yeah,
dope. That's that Warren G. You don't see what I see. He
right.
used that sample
Mm,
in that. Yeah, that was dope. That was dope.
right. Yeah, that's fire. And as far as like the beat, because I really want people to focus in on the sound because some people might be like, why is Conductor dope? Like, what is the why? The why is like what you pointed out earlier already. It is that little bit of distortion that he'll put on the sample. So it's not like just a straightforward sample flip. It's that with the distortion on it too That's just gives it its own signature kind of twist. And I think that's fire. All the
I mean,
producers,
I'll
all
be honest though. If there is
the
any knock on the album, or if there's anybody that would listen to this album and not understand where we're coming from, it might, because the production might throw them off. You know what I mean? I can't. It's not.
okay,
I think the production is an acquired taste, and you got to kind of learn to like it. So I don't think if you're not really used to conductor, or if you're not really like into that sound, it might
right,
turn you off slightly. But if you really listening for bars and song structure and the way that he's spitting, it
right,
will make up for what you may not like on the production. Like I said, I'm not really a big fan of the distorted sound and some of the production on the album. I'm not going to say that I think the
yeah,
production is fire. I'd be lying if I said that. But I do think that Rome's bar work and his lyrics still carry the songs through to
yeah,
where
yeah.
they still dope regardless.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, he did that. He did that. But just like explaining the kind of beats behind that, right? You would have like let's say a mineralogist or someone who finds crystals and rocks to sell, right? They go deep into the woods, they dig all in the ground and stuff, and they're looking for crystals and minerals um that are obscure, that are precious looking stones that don't look like any other stones. So the reason why I say that is because like sample flips, right? Producers, when they go searching for samples, they are like those people. They're searching for something beautiful out of all these records, but they want to find something that people normally wouldn't find. You know what I'm saying? And that's because that's what makes it beautiful, the fact that you found it and nobody else did. So with that little bit of distortion that makes it weird, it's almost kind of like the same thing. He's trying to make something beautiful out of what would sound ugly. If that, you know, what that's something that would sound distorted, and then to make it still sound beautiful, that's crazy. You know what I mean? So that's the appeal behind what we looking for. Some of
No,
us, not every.
I get it. I get it though. I get what you're saying. I mean, it's,
Right.
I think it, even with it, I mean, it still does something to highlight Rome Street's lyrics as well too. So that's what I mean. Like I don't think that
That,
it ruins
that
the album, but for
right.
someone with just fresh ears coming in, they may not be used to that sound. That
No doubt.
might be a slight turn off to them just from first listen. But like I said,
Yeah, no doubt.
if you really listening to rapping and you listening to bar work, this is you gotta love this album. Really, to be honest with you, I think you got to. If you went
I
to
know you rap.
lyrics and you went to
You rap.
lyrics and you went to somebody being actually original and unique, you gotta give Rom his respect on this.
And he named the album Train Spotting. I don't, for those who are not familiar with it, that was the name of a film. I think it came out in the 90s. I think it's a British film. Y'all seen the movie Train Spotting?
It does sound very familiar, man. But you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it came out in the 90s, I believe, or the early 2000s. It's a British film. And
Oh,
I haven't had a chance to listen to Rome Streetz yet. I'm interested to see why he named the album after the movie. I'm
that'd be
interested to
fire.
see that. I mean, maybe it has some British themes in it. I don't know, but
Yeah,
we'll
I
check it out.
mean, yeah. Well, I mean, he's technically he's from over there in the UK, or I know he spent a lot of years over there. You know what I mean? That's one aspect. The second thing is like train spotting, right? I'm gonna talk about graffiti a little bit, only because graffiti has a certain look where you could tell what artist did what for all the people who came up in the graffiti era.
Are you
So when
talking
you
about you
listen,
talk? I'm not to cut you off, Leo. Are you talking about graffiti, the art graffiti? We're not talking about this new graffiti that's this gang just tagging all this dumb shit. We talking about the real graffiti.
you're right, the actual graffiti. Like, but any way people want to look at it, the people who doing it now, they're not graffiti artists. They're actual gangsters. That's not the same thing. The graffiti artists could actually draw, though. You know what I mean? Like if you set them down to draw, they really could draw for real. But it's like but anyway, when you listen to a Rome Streetz, you could kind of his style sounds like graffiti. It's just it sounds like wild style. You know what I mean? And the same thing with ASAP Rock, who's actually a graffiti artist. His style sounds like graffiti. It's kind of just like blow, like just rushing visuals at you lyrically. So that's the sound of Rome Streetz to me. So he did do his thing, and it's hip hop. It's raw hip hop at its essence, and that's what I got this week. And I was with that. You know what I mean? So that's one of the albums right there. If y'all haven't heard that Rome Streetz and Conductor, get on that. Train Spotting, that's where I got that thought from. You used to look for certain trains that would stand out. You don't want to hit a train that no one's really gonna see. You're gonna hit a train that's gonna everyone's gonna see. You know what I mean? So, that's one aspect.
No doubt. Let me get to the super chat real quick. OJ Weston with the super chat. Shout out, brother. He says Cushion OJ2 is a front runner for album of the year. That
Okay.
indeed. We're gonna get into that in a little bit.
Mm,
We're gonna get
mm,
into that a little
mm,
bit. Super may have some different
We'll see.
thoughts.
We'll see.
Super
I
may have
mean,
some.
we'll see. We'll see.
I
We'll see. We'll
said that
see.
is.
We'll see. We don't know if it's on the list or not. We'll see. We'll see. That's a tease on
Okay.
TV. That's a tease.
All
Um,
right.
the people, I think Kendra, poets and rhymers, and others want to talk about they want to talk about Clipse, man. So the new Clipse song, if you haven't heard it, came out I think a couple days ago. Um, I like the record. I thought Pharrell got off on it. It sounded very artistic, but it sounded street. It sounded like classic Clipse, but it sounded like an elevated. I can tell they recorded the joint in Paris, right? Because it sounded real smooth, slick,
Okay.
but it still had that coldness of old,
Menacing.
that menacing vibe of old Clipse records, right? Was I blown away by it? No, but
Shout out Bug
I do like
Killers.
it. I do like it. I think Pharrell. I think if the album sounds like this, it could be something dope. But I liked it. I felt it.
Right.
It felt like an elevation of what they do at this stage of the game. And it sounded like what I expect the Clipse to sound like in 2025. What say you, Super and Leroy? Super, you go first.
I mean, I like the song. You know what I mean? I definitely think it's dope as hell. It sounds grand. It sounds like something special coming. It sounds like a movie, and it sounds like they got like a real purpose with this album. I'm loving
Mhm.
what I'm hearing. I mean, they saying they got. I don't know if it's a feature or not, but they saying something about Jay maybe being on the album, Nas being on the album. I forget who else, but the feature list sounds great. Like I think this shit about to be like on some Watch the Throne, like a grand reopening,
Whoa,
grand
whoa.
closing level of like, you know what I mean? Like this is, I think this definitely from the way it sounds like they about to make album of the year right now. Like the way it
Mm.
sounds, and from this feature list, and from the way that they putting this together and this rollout and it's coming with this, the little the trailer and how they
Right.
rolling this out, man. I just this seems like this is gonna be something that's gonna be groundbreaking and shaking. I mean, they even saying Kendrick's supposed to be on this album. So if you
Oh
got
shit!
features with
Oh man, that's it.
Nas, Jay,
I mean,
and Kendrick, I mean,
if
like
Man, I
Kendrick's
they
can't.
look they looking like they're about to put a classic in the mix right now. So I mean, we'll see what happens, man. But as far as the
yeah,
song go, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I've never been a fan of Pharrell's production. Never really liked his beats like that. I
right.
think his beats is corny. I've said this before. I think Pharrell's beats are corny, but I love
Yeah.
how the corny beats mixed with Pusha T and Malice. I love the way it goes together. So it's like that corny and that them hardcore raps, they go together so well. I can't never knock it. You know what I mean? It always works. It always sounds great, and it always sounds like something that they worked out and like it's a plan behind the music, not just like production and somebody just rapping over it. It always seems like it's done with a purpose. So I respect it regardless.
Now, I ain't gonna front. I was joking a little bit earlier. With that nostalgia record with Pusha T and Kendrick was dope. So Kendrick might can get off on it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Pusha T and
yeah.
Kendrick done made some joint. It made a dope joint. So I give them that.
If if Kendrick is on a Clipse album, it's probably gonna be fire because they're gonna place Kendrick in a dope spot on the album. They're not gonna have him sounding off. They're gonna put him that in a place that makes sense. So I like Pharrell's beats. You know what I mean? I that little like weird stuff he be doing. I'm into that, and that's the main thing I want to get across today. Like every show, I try to say something come from a little different angle. I think that we should go into a weird bag and move out the word weird, but just being different. Go in the studio and make something totally different that just sounds alien and just see what happens. Either it's going to be fire or it's going to be not fire, but you never know. You know what I mean? Until you try it. if you don't try it, then it's like. But I like the song though. Fire. It's that salute to the drug dealers. You know what I mean? I would tell the kids stay in school, but when you listen to this type of music, it just make you
So
kind
make you
of
want to go
just
grab a pack, huh? Make you want to go get back on the block.
it kind of make you want to drive by the trap spot. Like, man, let me just sit in the trap real quick. Give me some of those, man. Let me do it. Y'all go kick it. I got this. I got this. It make you want to pull. Let me watch a movie in the trap. You know what I mean? I'll
Hey,
answer
I
the.
want to say this too, man. Hey, let's stop disrespecting Malice. I hear people, everybody, like it's been talked about the anticipation of this album, and everybody doubting if Malice still got bars. Man, quit doubting Malice, man. Malice ain't
Hey, he
never
was going
disappointed us
in.
yet. So I don't think that
Yeah.
like I said, I don't think they come into play right now. I think
I mean,
they
the
definitely
one
working on
knock
something magical.
the one knock I had on Malice is not the actual lyrics. It's not that I was doubting his pen. It was the flow that seemed a little bit not in pocket on some songs from a few years ago. Like that he did on his own solo stuff. It was the flow that I thought that he had lost some of that. It wasn't the words themselves. You know what I mean? So it's like on this song, the hook though, the hook's fire. What they say, ballerinas doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. So that's just visual. Like I talk a lot about movies too, like in the music. If you say a line that people could see in their mind, that's fire. Cause you had to use some type of description, a snow globe. It gonna make you think you can picture that. You know what I mean? So, but dress in House of Gucci made from selling Lady Gaga. That's kind of fire. If it make you do the ugly face, that's kind of fire. From the tribe of Judah, I'm Mufasa. Oh, that's kind of fire.
Yeah.
Hey, I wouldn't get into the religion. I gotta stay out of the religion. That's what I gotta stay out of that. But I'll go into the
Please.
philosophy. I'll go into the philosophy bag. In philosophy, well, what came first, organized religion or philosophy? I'll let y'all look at that. But in philosophy, when they use an animal, the animal is not an animal. It's to describe something. So that's the only jewel I'll put out there. But that was fire. You know what I mean? Like Malice, he knows how to hit you.
Hey,
He knows how to a
hey, to
punchline
be
that.
honest, hey, I don't know. Hey, I don't know who had the best verse. And that's what makes the song fire too, because I don't know who had the best verse. I liked them
Yeah,
both, man. I mean,
I
they both
don't
went
know.
in on that shit. So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know who had the best verse, you know what I'm saying? But I know they was both pretty good. I'm
yeah,
trying to remember something that Pusha said. You know what I mean? But even Pusha, like it was like, okay, okay. I mean, these guys they know what they're doing because and they also believe in like less is more. So it's like when you get a Clipse album, it's gonna be one verse a piece. So when you're going one verse a piece, right? So 32 bars, 16, 16. You're not gonna waste a line because all you got is them 16 lines. That's all you gonna get. So you gonna make every line kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I
hey,
appreciate Clips. You know
Hey,
what I
hey,
mean?
hey,
but yeah,
hey, 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 so sorry, I'm seeing a lot of we talking about the clips right now, but I'm gonna talk about this in a little bit. I see a lot of Little Wayne slander in the chat. Let's not do that to Wayne, man. Wayne an OG. Give Wayne a chance. He deserves a chance to present his album, The Carter Six.
Lil Wayne
Let
do?
it come out and let us see what it is gonna be. I mean, if you into Wayne like that, he still got them bars. Go back and listen to
I don't know.
Collie
I
Grove
don't.
2. Go back and listen to I implore anybody that's down Wayne, go back and listen to Collie Grove 2 with 2 Chainz and tell me Wayne ain't rapping. Just
But
go back
Ron,
and listen. Just go back and listen.
I'm not
hey,
giving no mercy no more because we've been giving a lot of
Ain't no
mercy to
mercy
the
to be given. Ain't no mercy to be given.
legends
Go
come out.
have you listened to the record?
Yeah, all that I listen. If it came out before I listened to it, so yes, of
And
course.
if you would
Oh, you
know
mean
what
it's
I say
new
is
stuff?
true.
I'm not mad at Wayne though. I'm not mad at Wayne for whatever he
man,
wants. I'm just saying when a legend comes out, we be like dope. We just be like, with these legends, I'm sorry. I can't just give you the dope no more. If you a legend, I need you to sound like a legend when you rap. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna see what you do, Wayne. But if you are a hip hop legend, when you touch that microphone, I need you to sound like a legend. No more just getting away being cool. No, uh-uh.
Man,
Hey,
Okay.
back to this Clipse album real quick, man. I just want to say that, hey, this sound like the making of fine art, like they, you know what I mean? Like I said, with who they
Right.
supposed to be having and putting here on features. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm hearing Jay-Z, I'm hearing Nas, I'm hearing Kendrick, I'm hearing a lot of rumors. So from where
That's
the way
fine.
that this sound like and the way that they how they've been moving, I mean, they sound like they about to try to make some like
I'm
you
with
like to
it.
say, Leroy, stadium music, high class fashion
With
music.
it.
This album seemed like it's going to be something very grand. Like I said, like a work of art. You know what I mean? Something to be framed. So we'll see
Yeah,
what
I
happens
mean,
when they drop, man. But
yeah,
it
a
sounds
work
great
of
right now.
art. I wouldn't expect like stadium music. I know some mention to Watch the Throne is here's the thing with stadium music, right? You're trying to make everything sound super big. So when you try to do that, it can be a lot that goes into that because you gotta double triple check every sound multiple times. So that it's not always time to do that, right? But if it sounds like a work of art, which normally the Clipse stuff does sound like an art piece, then I'm all right with that because that's their bag. That's something that they have mastered doing. That's what Hell Hath No Fury was like. What Lord Willin'. What what's that last one? The last one they did. It had Champions on it, and it had the Kanye West joint on it too. But anyway, um, but yeah, they sound like their music sounds like fine art. I believe that's Pharrell's influence right there. He's a student of that, so you know what I mean. I'm with it, and the contracts is fire. Yeah,
To speak on the Wayne thing, since we talking about Wayne and what we expecting from Wayne, I
uh,
see they going in on Wayne in the chat. But I'm gonna say this about Wayne. Wayne definitely nice. I think that his biggest problem or his biggest like the biggest doubt that I have about Wayne and the Carter may be his production choices. Like what is he gonna sound like? Is he gonna still try to go back to that old Lil Wayne sound? Is he gonna still be like what is the production gonna sound like? I think the production really can do a real big change and shift. And if Wayne decides to go out the box with his production a little bit and take a little bit more chances, I think he got a chance to make a great album. I mean, he is dope lyrically. We can't anybody hating on Wayne right now in the chat is a goddamn lie if they don't think that Wayne got bars or he might not have the songs. Like I agree, like I might not be a big fan of Wayne's songs in particular, but as far as rapping wise, Wayne is nice. You know what I mean? And he can definitely put some songs together. He can definitely make a hit, but is it going to be different than the Wayne that we've been getting? And I think that that's the biggest thing. Like people are going to be disappointed in the album if it sounds like the same old Wayne. So that's the biggest choice he got to make. Is he gonna make the same old song or is he gonna be a little bit different?
I mean when we talk about bars, right? You guys can list the rappers that you think have bars, right? And there's a lot of them that do have bars, and Wayne is one of them. But sometimes when you just have a bunch of bars, what you're actually doing can get lost in the sauce. You know what I mean? Like you could listen to a whole Raekwon album that's a classic. Let's take Only Built for Cuban Links 2. Somebody give me a bar off that. Now we know he had bars on it though, but we can't recall what those actual bars were. And that's because he's just throwing them at you. He's just throwing them left and right. So by the time you get to the end, you can't even really remember all them barrages of bars. You just know that it was nice. So this is where songwriting comes into play. Because now when you're throwing bars, they add up to the song. It was a subject matter that threaded them together. Little Wayne, at this point, I need to hear some songs. Now, I don't think you're going to do that. I think you're going to get into your comfort bag and you're just going to be launching bars. And that's cool, because you are a barsmith. But I think it gets lost in the sauce. That's all I'm saying. Because I think you'll just throw a bunch of bars for the whole album and they'll be fire bars. but we'll only remember 5 or 6 of those out of 500 bars. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like I said, I just think that production wise is really what Wayne's. That's his next level of change. You know, what I mean, he's not a teenager no more. He's not the hottest rapper in the world anymore. So
I
he
think
got to
any
figure
beat
out
will sound good
he got
though.
to figure
For
out
Wayne,
how to evolve. I mean, his fan base and all the people that was really saying that he was the GOAT back like 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago. I mean, they a little older now. They have evolved. Have you evolved at all? And I think that that's the question that Wayne got to answer. I mean, like, at least sound wise, I don't think that he really got to do much with his bar work. I mean, he can make more theme songs. I don't want to hear about. I mean, I'm not the fan of like rappers getting extra personal. I don't want to hear about his struggles with pills, and I don't want too many sentimental where he got to open up himself to me songs. Just switch it up a little bit, spit
any
some bars,
subject.
change up the
Mhm.
production, make me look at you a little bit different,
You want a
and that's
blueprint
all. That's
moment.
all he got to do, because I don't think that and it's 2025, man. No matter what we say, anybody that drop an album, they're not gonna be as lyrically, or they're not gonna be spitting like Wayne, no matter who it is. So all he has
What
to
you
do is
mean? We
just
just heard Rome Streets
yeah,
this
but
weekend.
Rome and Wayne, that's a different level of that's a different level. And I know what you're saying. I get what you're going with this, but like I said, it's a different
Right.
style, it's a different lane, it's different. And Wayne been around for so long, so all we like, I think that we just Wayne just got to surprise us for us to be surprised and for us to really accept the
So
album. I mean, if he come out with the same old songs, if he make another Stunning Like My Daddy, or if he got another Leather So Soft, or you know what I mean, if he got anything that sound like what he's been doing in the past, people gonna hate on the album. If he takes a chance,
right.
sounds a little bit different sonically, maybe a couple different
But
features on
but
there.
what beats
It's not even that complicated.
what beats
All he
don't
got to
sound
do.
good
Hold
for
on one
Wayne?
second, Leroy. All he got to do is, and I don't think people are listening to me, man. Wayne dropped
Any
some
beat he
fire off
makes
Collard Grove.
sound good.
Collard Grove 2 was fire. That's a fire album.
Yeah, that's another album.
It had who made Havoc made some beats on there.
And Two Chains is
Uh
half of that.
that's a fire album, man. All he gotta do
It
is
is
that.
though.
All you gotta do is that. If he do that, then the Carter Six
Yeah, but
is
give
dope.
me some bars off that. We don't remember. We know it was fire, but we can't recall any bars because they're disconnected from a subject. You know what I
Like,
mean?
long story short, I can't get the cadence down, but like, wake up. I mean, it's a crazy verse, man. Pull up the
We know
performance.
Wayne could spit though. Like, and even with the beats, I don't know if there is any beat in existence that Wayne doesn't sound good on. I think he sounds good on every beat anyone could ever make.
I
Because
mean, we gotta just look at the position. You gotta
sometimes
look
you
at the
rap
position that
on that any beat you're gonna murder.
you got to look at the position that Wayne is in, man. He's almost in a Jay-Z type position, to where,
Oh
like if he comes back, you expect him to kind of come back and be a little bit different than the same old Jay, or at least don't come back and be Magna Carta Jay. Just be different. You know what I mean? I think that
yeah,
he
man.
ran the game. Wayne ran the game for at least 10, 15 years, just like Drake did before that. You know what I mean? If not 10, 15 years, maybe 10 years, maybe a good 10 solid years. Then he put on a whole crew. He rapped and was on the radio every day from that time until basically he fell off, you know what I mean? Or until he stopped making albums like that, or he stopped being out there like that. But Wayne was on every song that you damn near heard on the radio for close to 15 years. So sonically, he has to surprise us. I don't think that we're not
But
gonna never be impressed with the rapping that we can't. I don't think that he's ever gonna rap better or say anything better than he's ever said before. You know what I'm
he
saying?
could.
Because he's
He
already
could if he
done.
wanted.
He's already done. He could,
And,
he
and,
could,
If he
and,
but
wanted to, he
and,
could.
but
That's the messed up
realistically,
part. He could if he
realistically, at
wanted
this
to.
point, only thing that Wayne can do to surprise you is just rap over something different. You know what I mean? And
and,
just
But
sound and
what?
make a different song.
hey,
We'll see.
And Mad
He's an
Max,
artist, man.
Any
Mad
beat he
Max,
sounds good on. Any
Mad
beat.
Max. One thing Wayne can say is Wayne gonna be in Madison Square Garden next week, but the Knicks ain't gonna be in Madison Square Garden. I can tell you that, Mad Max. So you can talk about
Right.
Wayne all you want. Wayne gonna be in Madison Square Garden next week. The Knicks won't be.
Right.
Rest in
One
peace to the
one thing
Knicks. Go ahead, Leroy.
one thing about Jay, right? If Jay puts out a problem, people say they don't like it. I would rather Jay fail doing something new than to win doing something he already did. Like that's the difference. I'd rather fail trying something brand new. So if we're looking for Wayne to do something new, that's fine. I think we're looking for a blueprint moment. What I mean by a blueprint moment is when Jay does the blueprint, it's certain beats that make Jay sound a certain way. Like the contrast of what Kanye West did and what Jay did, it made Jay sound just like made him sound different. Now, if there are beats out there that Wayne could do, that's great. The problem with it's not a problem, but the thing with Wayne is every beat you give him, he sounds good on. So what do you do when you give a person a beat pack of 10 different beats and he sounds good on all of them? Now it's like, what do I pick? You know what I'm saying? You sound good. Rain has been rapping for over 25 years. This means there is no beat that he's not going to sound good because after rapping that long, you done mastered every style. So that's the only thing I'm saying. There's no
And that
right or wrong here, but
that's basically what I'm saying. I mean, what at this point, what can Wayne really do to surprise you, and other than do something to surprise you? And I think this is, sonically,
okay.
that's the
Yeah,
only
yeah.
thing that he could possibly do. You know what I mean? So
I
we'll
got it.
see,
I
man.
got
I
it.
mean,
Let's
I'm anticipating. I'm anticipating Wayne. I had I kind of fell out of fandom with Wayne during his run. I wasn't really the biggest fan, but it's kind of like the Green Bay Packers, man. When Brett Favre was in his last year with the Green Bay Packers, I started to appreciate Brett Favre. I wasn't really a big Brett Favre fan throughout his Packer run, but then
right.
once he started getting close to retirement, I started rooting for him in a different way. Wayne a vet, man, so I'm kind of rooting for him. I got respect for him, and I'm
Yeah, I'm
hoping
not
that he
hating.
surprised. I'm hoping that he surprised me, and what I mean. I still, I mean, I got faith in him, so we'll see what's gonna happen, man. I think that no matter what, it's gonna be dope, but is it gonna be more of the same? And I think that that's the problem that everybody
It's
really got
probably
with
gonna
him.
be more of the same. I see people mentioning Kylie Grove too, and that was a dope album again. But it sounds like when you turn on a dope freestyle and you're watching somebody in a dope freestyle on Sway's Universe or LA Leakers, you're like, yeah, that's dope. But it's just a barrage of bars. That's all. So if he does that, it will be fire. Like if Wayne just raps and he's just throwing random raps around, that's gonna sound fire. We know that. You know what I mean? But I already expect that. That's the whole thing. You're giving me what I expected. You know what I
And
mean?
I
That's
think if he gives everybody what they expect, everybody gonna hate on it. And
okay.
that's the thing that
Yeah.
I'm saying, that he up against that. I think that
Right.
I think he has to do something to kind of shake it up and to shock the fans and to like get people to
Yeah.
be talking about him. More of the same is just gonna be more of the same, and people not gonna respect it. They're gonna hate on it.
Carter 3 has songs. Like the last song with Bruno Mars, that is a song. Dr. Carter, that's a song. Mr. Carter, that's a song. Like bro was making full songs, you know what I mean? So, we'll see. Either way, we know Lil Wayne could rap. At the end of the day, we know Lil Wayne could rap, so that we'll take it. Whatever you got, we'll take it. Yeah.
Mad Max, man, come on, bro. We love you, Mad Max, but we can't compare Bow Wow to Wayne, man. It's not the same thing, man. Come on, B.
I,
Let's not let's
I'm
not
done. I'm
let's
done,
let,
man.
let's not do that, bro. Let's not do that, man.
Mad Max is crazy. What somebody I
That's
thought I
just
saw
that's
my
just
name.
disrespectful. That's just disrespectful. Period. Like that's come on, Mad Max. You can't be like that type of fan, bro. I get it. Like I said, I'm not. I never really been a big fan of Wayne after his Hot Boy run, and maybe after 500 Degrees or maybe the first Carter. I kind of fell out with Wayne myself, but to downplay Wayne's whole
Yeah,
legacy, bro, and to be doing this, come on, man. This anti
yeah.
hip hop, bro. You can't be serious right now.
You're not gonna like somebody every year for 20 years. Any rapper that's been around
Hey,
20 years,
Yeah.
you
you
like them
can't be you
every
can't you ain't
year.
whack you ain't whack selling out Madison Square Garden, B.
They
So
ain't gonna do.
again,
Now, yeah,
Yeah.
I
Wayne will
believe
be
you.
in the Garden next week. The Knicks won't. And Mad Max, I know you hurt by that. And that's okay. But go get a ticket to the show if they're still available. Any still available? I think they kind of sold out. But New York scalpers probably got them on Fifth and Broadway. Go get you one, and then go check
I'm
out the Wayne show and give us a report and let us know what you think. But Wayne will be in the Garden next week, man.
Yeah. What I'm saying is real though, man. All jokes aside, because you have some very talented MCs. Y'all check out the ASAP Rock album, Black Hole Super Rat. Right. This is one of the best rappers. Like lyrically, this is probably one of the most incredible rappers walking planet Earth. By the time you get to the end of the album, you're asking yourself, what did I just hear? That's because he's rapping at 1,000 miles per hour, throwing 100 bars at you every few seconds. It's just hard to remember all that, and he's doing that the entire time. So it's by the time you get to the end of even a song, you're like, what did I just hear again? You know it was incredible, but it's like, what did I just hear? I don't know. It's like that's too many words, too many bars, coming too fast, saying too much. So Wayne gets in a bag where it's just a barrage of bars. That's all. You know what I mean? So we'll
I
see.
mean, I listened to a couple of songs off the ASAP Rock album. I can't. I don't know what to really say about it because it's really not my bag like that. It's not. I can't say
Right.
that it's whack. I can't say that it's fire. What I mean, I'm not going to disrespect it at all. It's something that I have to go back and listen to and check out again and kind of like get a better understanding of it, maybe a little bit. But it's not.
Y'all,
It's not really my style, bro.
we all need to. If you're a human on Earth, you need a better understanding. All humans. This dude is rapping. He's an alien. I don't think ASAP Rock is really human. I think he's an alien masquerading as human. That's how he raps. Like anybody who understands what ASAP Rock says, the first time you hear his songs, you are a genius. Because no one I've ever met could understand what Aesop is saying. You need to listen to one song 10 times before you understand what he's saying. But here's the beauty in it though.
Hmm.
Here's the beauty. The beauty is he actually is talking about something. And when you figure that out, and it's funny too. The beauty is he's a comedian. So when you figure out what he's saying, you're going to laugh. One, and he actually is talking about something. He talks about these aren't the everyday subjects, right? On the song Snail Zero. Now you think about the title Snail Zero, right? He goes to a store, he buys a plant. He takes the plant home. The plant he didn't notice had a snail on it. So the next few days he's chilling. He sees a snail on the plant. He doesn't want to kill the snail, so he puts it in a little glass and builds a little tank, puts the snail in it. Okay, he's chilling. Then he notices the tank again, and the snail is like five snails. So he's like, how did one snail go to five snails? So he does the research. He realizes snails can reproduce by themselves. Basically, you know what I mean. So now the tank is full of snails. Now I know this is weird. It is gross.
Yes, it's very
Yeah,
weird.
pretty fucking
But
weird
here's
right now.
here's the beauty of it though. Here's the beauty of it. To rap about subjects that you know no one else would ever rap about. And you're doing it in a lyrical way. And you're doing it in a way to where people go back and they realize what you just talked about was so alien. There's beauty in that. Just I talked about just like graffiti. When we used to see graffiti that we couldn't tell what the word was, like you see a word, but it's so wild that you can't read the word. So you just look at it until you actually could read the word. That's what it is. That's the beauty in it. You know what I mean? Like Supreme Clientele. Supreme Clientele, we all grew up on that. So that's light for us because we've been hearing it for 20 years. But remember the first time you heard Supreme Clientele and you're asking yourself, what was he talking about? That's the beauty right there because you have to really think about what he just said. So
And
that's all.
I hate when you try to make the connection of Supreme Clientele to other weirdo music, man. You got to stop doing that, bro. Like Supreme
I
Clientele ain't
mean,
weird like that.
I
It's
don't
not
know
a good
about that.
comparison to be
This and it's damn sure
comparing.
ain't no ASAP Rock weird. Let's stop this,
Yeah,
You've
and
man.
listened to
every time you talk about something weird, he want to bring up Supreme Clientele like it's a weird album. Stop doing that to Supreme
you've
Clientele, man.
listened to Supreme Clientele for over 25
I'd
years.
rather you
So
just say
it's
MF
not
Doom.
it
Like MF
takes
Doom is a closer or better reference for ASAP Rock than
take
Supreme Clientele.
take Supreme Clientele to someone who's never heard of Ghostface in their life, and then play them the songs and tell them, can you make out what this means? They're gonna be like, hell no. They've never heard of Ghostface in their life. That's
It's
all I'm
easy to
saying.
understand. It's not. He ain't
You
saying nothing
never.
that's
It's
crazy.
easy to understand, and the production is easy on the
I don't know.
ears
I don't know
and
if
all
it's
of that
easy
too. So you know what I mean?
to
Like I said, like
understand.
this guy is like,
Yo,
you know, he's weird.
scientific. Listen, robotic
He's
lipstick
weird
optimistic.
he's
You
weird on
probably missed.
purpose. He's weird on purpose, but you know what I mean. Like his beats are weird on purpose too. I mean, like it's a whole
Yeah,
different thing, bro. It's
You know,
like I said,
snails procreating. Man, I don't want to hear that.
yeah, like come
weird.
on, man. What is you
Weird,
talking about? You
bro.
comparing this
Come
to
on,
Supreme
come on. That's
Clientele? Like,
because we're only used to something we're familiar with at school. We're not used to something that we're
I don't
not
want to be
familiar
familiar
with.
with that.
Ghostface is not.
I'm just saying, find you another reference for your
That's
weird
one
music than
song. That's
Supreme
one.
Clientele. That Supreme
One song.
Clientele is not a good reference for weird music,
It
bro. It's
is a
not.
good reference. You grew up on Supreme Clientele. He's not weird to you. Someone that never heard Ghostface a day in their life, they'll be like, "Bro, what is that?
Brother Lynch hung
What
is
is
weird.
that?"
That's weird. Brother Lynch hung is weird. That's
But,
weird
well,
about it.
again, I grew up on Brother Lynch Hung, so it's not weird to me no more. I'm used to hearing him rap. That's the same way you're if Ghostface busts a rap right now, you're used to Ghostface. There's nothing unfamiliar about Ghostface. But if you go play that to a stranger, I'm telling you, they're gonna be like, "What is that?" Okay, that's the only thing I'm saying. And it's like we people in this culture, we may look at ASAP Rock like, get him out of here. But if he walked through a room of rappers, all them legendary rappers is gonna salute him because they know what he's doing, and they know it takes incredible skill to do that. It just does.
Yeah,
You know,
somebody in the chat says, bruh, Supreme Clientele is easy. Yes, it is easy to understand. It's not no damn
I
foreign
don't know if
hieroglyphic
it's
language.
easy to understand. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's easy. Like Too Short is easy for me to understand. Wiz Khalifa is easy for me to understand.
Tell me what's not understandable on Supreme Clientele? What does
Scientific, my hand kiss it, robotic lipstick, optimistic. You probably missed it. That's when Dolly did it. Scotty Waddy, Cotty missed it. Buhati, like he starts breaking down
I
syllables.
understand
And
that.
it's like,
Yeah,
That's
I
well,
understand
okay, well,
everything he's saying though.
well,
Like I
well,
get
I,
that he's
I
spitting
still
out.
don't.
He just,
I
I mean,
still
he's
don't.
spitting out quotes and rhymes. But when you
Still
when
don't.
you follow the quotes and rhymes, they make sense. You know what I mean? Like that. That's all I'm really saying.
Okay,
It's not.
to
It's
him,
not
it
the
don't make.
example. It's not the example of weird hip hop. Like every time you talk about something weird, you want to bring this up. And I just said it's
I've been
other
around hip
examples of.
hop a long time.
Hey, it's other
I could tell
examples.
you,
You can. Hey, even
I could
like
tell you for a fact that other people
you.
don't know what that means. I could promise you they don't. If
Hey,
you get a fan of country music or pop music or a fan of R&B music and you play them Supreme Clientele, they're gonna be lost. They don't know what he
Hey,
means.
I'm
They
just saying,
don't.
man. You got other artists
I
who
ain't
say
never heard that.
that make some
I've been
weird
listening.
music.
I've been
You
listening to
can use
Supreme
Lupe
We've been
Fiasco for these examples
Supreme
of weird
Clientele been
music,
out for
bro.
25 years. I've never heard one
yeah,
person say they
you've
didn't
listened for
understand it.
25 years.
I never heard one person ever say that they didn't understand what Ghostface is saying. I never heard it.
Anybody that tells me that when they listened to Supreme Clientele in 1998 and they just caught it right out the bat, I know you are capping. If
Oh,
you
well, I
just
guess
caught
I'm
what
capping
he
because
was
I heard
saying,
it. When
you are
I was the
capping.
kid. I understood everything he was saying.
Yeah, I did. He's speaking a language that I don't know what. I mean, now I do, but at the time, no. And if you want to bring up Lupe, okay, we can bring up Lupe. If you listen to Tetsuo and Youth or Drogas Wave, anybody telling you, "Oh, I just understand what he's saying," no, you don't. Like, you don't got a
Hey,
cap. Like, no, you don't understand what he's saying. Like,
hey,
you have to research that.
this off the subject because I'm not even going down this weird Supreme Clientele talk. Like I said, I just think you could use a better example. But anyway,
We
I
like
don't know
that's why.
what the next topic is, and I know that we probably didn't plan on this, but have
Okay.
y'all heard the Styles P Jim Jones clap back? I don't want to say this yet, but the clap back freestyle from Styles P.
No, I ain't
Yeah,
heard that
but
yet.
you
Hey,
know,
Styles got in on that, man. Ghost is
yeah,
back right now. I mean, I liked it. I posted it in our group chat, man. I know we didn't really get the chance to really talk about it like that, but
yeah,
Styles P
I get it.
he went slightly at Jim Jones' head. You know what I mean? Slightly, lightly. It wasn't nothing major. I guess that I'm sure Jim Jones is gonna respond because that's what Jim do. Especially if there's any rumors or anybody saying his name or if they even claiming that it's about him. So I'm sure he's gonna clap back. But you know, this all stems from Jim saying that he'll body anybody in NY. So I guess
I mean,
Styles
Jim.
felt some type of way and you know got a couple bars for him
Oh,
in the freestyle. It's
The
fire
only
too.
thing I
So
would say
everybody
is this,
everybody check
man.
that out if y'all haven't checked it out.
Only thing I would say about this, I gotta give Jimmy the one up over Styles P, man. Now some people will be like, but lyrically this and lyrically that, and I understand that. I respect that. I'm the bar guy, the lyrical guy. But Jim Jones has been making songs for a long time. You know what I mean? Like he makes songs. Now, if you go listen to that last album he just did, it's a good album, and he's taking chances using different rhyming over different cadences and different styles of beats. So yes, bar for bar, Styles P, let's say he is a better bar for bar. That's great. That's awesome. But it's like when it comes to making songs, like picking the right hooks, picking the right beats. This is where Jim Jones, he probably has a one up on Styles. It's not even about the bars.
I don't
Jim
know.
Jones
No.
is gonna Jim Jones gonna pick a better hook. He's gonna pick a better beat. He's gonna,
I
you know
don't
what I'm
agree.
saying? That just Ghost. I mean not Ghost. He is Ghost. You know what I mean? Styles. I feel like with Styles, I know what you're gonna do. Then when I hear the music, it's
You
what
know
I
what Jim
thought
Jones
was
gonna
gonna
do? What are you talking about?
I
Jim
did.
still
I
rap about
didn't
the
know
same
Jim
song.
Jones was gonna get
Jim
into
been
that.
rapping about the same exact thing since the beginning of his rap career. He been rapping Harlem. He been talking shit about clothes and fashion. He been talking about vamp life. He been rapping the same song over and over and over again, bro. It ain't no
Okay,
disrespect
so
to Jim because I like some of his music too, but I mean, come on, like let's not act like he's so
okay,
much different than
so
Styles or he
he's
got so
rapping
many
over
more
heat
hits
makers.
or his
He's
hooks.
rapping over
Like,
heat
come on, man.
makers. Who is Styles P's
He ain't got no
producers?
album that's close to Gangsta and the Gentleman, man. We're
Who
not
is
even gonna
Dow?
pretend that any album
Who
that Jim
I
Jones
don't know.
got is even close to
I
that.
don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Oh my
Because
God, bro.
because Chapo is
About to
Chapo is
talk
kind of crazy.
crazy right now. You
El
talking
Chapo's
crazy,
kind of
dude.
crazy. But
This is
what
crazy talk, man.
who is Styles P's producers? Because you up against the Heat Makers. So who is he putting out here better than the Heat Makers? Styles P. Because
I
that's
mean,
who Jim
I
Jones
don't
is
know.
bringing over.
That's on him. I
That's
mean,
who Jim
I'm
Jones
sure
beats.
Styles P ain't got no problem with getting beats from anybody who he want to get
We
beats from.
talking
I mean,
about the
that's
beats. I said better beats. You guys said no. So if he got better beats than the Heat Makers, then I need to know who's making them beats. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Because Jim Jones, what I mean, them beats he's getting from the Heat Makers, they not no slouch, man. They kind of fire. Them beats is kind of fire,
I
actually.
mean,
And
like
he
I
and he
said, no
and he
disrespect to
smacked
Jones and what
Pusha
he been
T.
doing over this time, but we're not gonna sit here and pretend that Jim Jones can even touch Styles at all.
I
Like
mean,
I'm
I
not even.
mean,
Beat
It's not
I
even
wise,
like,
mean,
beat.
come on, man. Are we serious now? Now we say like this is
Alchemist may be with Styles P. Swiss may be with Styles
Okay,
P. I mean,
okay.
Swiss P. I mean, Styles P got beats.
Okay, well, I mean, in the last decade, I want y'all to go listen to them beats because we're talking beats, and then go listen to Jim Jones beats from the Heat Makers, and y'all let me know if it's the same equivalent or if Styles P is doing better. Because I think Jim Jones is picking better beats, honestly. Now, I'm not going at the man's bars. I didn't say his bars was whack. I'm
I
saying
mean, yeah,
beats.
Jim been more active. We can't. I mean, we can all recognize and say that he's been more active in current times. He's been little bit more active. He's been more
All
focused
right.
on making albums. So, I mean, that's neither here nor there. I mean, that's like
No, that
I don't
matters.
know. Like I said, when it
That
comes
matters.
down, we just talking about strictly a battle between the two. Just strictly, if there's a battle between the two, you got Jim
He
Jones.
said what
That's
he
what you telling
said.
me. Is that what you
Jim
telling
Jones
me
said
though?
what he said.
Is that what you
He said
telling
what he
me?
said.
You got Jimmy. You got Jimmy in the battle between Styles. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, all day.
You got
I could
Jimmy.
do that.
Okay, that's
But
all I
we're
wanted to
going
know.
off what Jimmy said about himself. He said about himself that he'll take Styles P or whoever, and yes, I believe that he believes that he could do that, and I believe if he picks the right songs, that he has them there in his catalog. It's just about picking them. But does he have
No, I'm saying
20
in a battle. I'm talking about in a rap battle. In a
in
battle
in a
between
rap
each other.
battle?
In a rap battle.
Even think that may I think that may go left because here's the thing about Jim.
This
Jim
is
is not
crazy
even
talk right
right.
now. This is super crazy talk.
Jim's not writing his bars down. That's all him just going off the top. So
Boy, this is so crazy.
if he's that nice, not even writing it down, I think it may go left.
Jim,
I
that
think
nice?
it may
I
go
man,
left. Yeah, he's not whack.
hey, you
He's
gonna make
not
me
whack.
start disrespecting Jim, man. And I like Jim, but come on, man. We
No,
is
because
not
people
gonna sit
talk
here and
about
play that
him
we think
like he's a
at
whack
all.
rapper.
Hey, we're
He's
not even
not
gonna
whack.
sit here and pretend that I'm not saying that he whack, but he's nowhere near on the level of a Styles P, boss. And if they
Was
in a
the
rap
time
battle, if they in a rap battle, and Jim respond to Styles P, and it goes there, and they going song for song, I definitely got Styles P over Jim Jones.
there was a time where Jimmy couldn't even rap on beat. He couldn't even catch the beat. Them times is over. That Jim is gone.
Man, he's
So
still
if
barely
someone
doing that now, man. He ain't he
if
ain't
some,
really rapping
them,
like
them,
that. That little choppy
them,
style that he rapping in, he basically talking over beats, and he ain't really saying
let,
nothing
let,
special. Don't act
let's
like Jimmy's flowing and
play
spitting, man.
Fashion Killer. Play the songs, Ron. Let's play the songs. Let's play the songs.
Now we
Jimmy
can
ain't
play.
spitting like you trying to say,
We
man.
got we gonna jump on Twitter. We gotta jump on Twitter to play the
Let's play the
songs.
songs.
Let's not be for real, man. The Ghost Project, the damn
This,
Ghost in the
this
Machine,
ain't 20-year-old Jimmy no more.
Gangsta and the Gentleman, Still Gangsta album. Let's stop this, man.
Y'all
Let's
know when
stop.
Gangsta and the Gentleman came out? Y'all know when that
Oh
album
my
came out?
The Green
Y'all
Ghost
know when that
Project,
album
the
came out?
Green Ghost Project with Green Lantern. Let's stop, man. Come
Jim
on,
Jones
man.
wasn't even Jim Jones was a rapper, but he wasn't even a rapper. Jim Jones was a gangster that rapped.
I think Leroy. I think we need
He
to do
wasn't even a
some.
rapper.
You can assign us some homework. I'll go listen to some ASAP Rock. I think you need to take some time out this week to listen to Styles P catalog.
The beats. I
Uh,
mentioned the beats.
and let's revisit this the next time because I just think that right now you may not have the full breadth of what the Ghost can do. And I don't think Jim wanted. I think it would not even be a close fight between Jim
Not
Jones
Jim's
even
and
close.
close. I
Ghost.
don't even, like I said, this don't even. I can't even believe he said what he said right now. I can't even believe it. But all right.
Nah,
So
I
I mean,
don't
it's
know
Leroy.
what y'all talking
I guess. I mean, Leroy Green can't. He can say
so
something to
about.
shock you every now and then. I'm super shocked
so
to
this is
even
a
hear him say
shocking. So
It's been a long time
yeah.
since Gangsta and the Gentleman. It's
this
been
is
a
a
long
very
time.
shocking twist. This is a plot twist here. Normally, it's a
Right.
very rare occasion that me and Super have a difference of opinions. I think 90%, maybe 93% of the things we normally agree with. But Super had a take last show that really bothered me. And I want to get into that take. And Leroy, you could be the moderator for this. While me and
Are we
Super,
done
we
with the albums
we done with
of
the
this
albums.
weekend?
We'll come back to that. Right now, I'm so heated. Right now, I'll let you. You could be the moderator, but I might put you in the middle of the screen because we got to get into it real quick. Super
We
said.
can be done with the album thing.
Super
I'll just
said
say
on the. Go ahead. You got some
shout
one
out
last
Master
thing.
Killer. I'll just say shout out Master Killer. Y'all go listen to Master Killer's album. Glad to meet you with Meth and Snoop Dogg. That song is the song of the weekend for me. That's probably the song I'm gonna play over and over
Right.
all week. Glad to meet you by Master Killer, Meth, and Snoop. But that whole album, I love that album as well as the Gold Links. But you
Okay.
know, that,
Okay. So now let me get to the main to this big fight real quick, man, because uh Super said something on the last show that really pissed me off. I
It's the
didn't
truth,
like it.
man.
I didn't like it. I'm trying to find let me find my graphic because I want to make sure I got my graphics right.
man got flipped up. He made a clip.
You got my quote.
No, I ain't got your quote.
Oh,
Man
okay.
I
about to say,
you said that Atlanta fell off. And I say
Yeah.
it has not. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and explain this ridiculous statement. And then I'll rebut. Go ahead, sir.
All right. So I'm gonna say this, man. Atlanta has fallen off as far as representing the South and new artists, new music, and artist development or making waves right now. I mean, y'all they still depending on Gunna and Future. Young Thug looked like he about to drop a dud. That even that album that he just did with Future ain't really moving the needle. Ain't nobody caring about that. Gunna is still holding it down a little bit in Future. I mean, them the last two. Little Baby out here dropping dud after dud. He done fell off. I don't like what female rappers that y'all really
nope.
got that's really making noise. You say Lotto, but Lotto ain't really dropped nothing new, and she ain't really making no major noise like that. She might be going on tour and making some noise, but as far as new music, Atlanta has fallen off. As far as representing the South, you
He's
got
nice to look at.
Memphis out here representing the South. You got Dallas out here making noise. As far as anybody new, you give me one new artist that then took off from Atlanta in the last year.
Well,
I
again,
don't know.
Super. I'm gonna say what I said before on the last show. You named Memphis, you named Houston, you named Dallas. Again, you be outside, Super, more than any of us.
Okay.
You may hear the records, you may not, but I'll be outside too. Everywhere I go in this United States of America, I hear Atlanta. Everywhere I go.
Okay.
I don't hear Memphis when I'm everywhere. I don't hear Houston when I'm here. I don't hear the Dallas rappers. And Dallas got a big scene out. But I hear Atlanta rappers everywhere I go. I hear a Lotto. I hear a Little
So
Baby. I hear a Future. I hear
I don't hear Little
21.
Baby.
I hear 21. You don't hear Little Baby?
No.
Okay, I hear 21.
okay,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
Ron,
It is
Ron,
well, let me finish real quick. On your list last year, we had a top 10 list of songs. You had Red Rum as one of your best songs of the year, 21 Savage. So again, you got Lotto for the females. 21 ain't really fell off. He's just a little older in the game. Future had two big projects, him and Metro last year.
But look who you talking about. You talking about veterans that's been out for 10 years. I said anybody who name an artist that has stuck. Lil Baby is like the
uh,
last artist that came out. He's like the youngest, newest, last artist,
Young
but
Nudie
he fell
came
off
out.
already.
Young
Who?
Nudie came out.
Young Nudie.
Man, I
Young Nudie.
don't even know who that guy is, man. I heard a
He had
couple
a
tracks,
song
If
but
with
nobody
21
really.
Savage. He
you
had a
don't
couple.
play,
Come on,
if
man.
you don't play Atlanta records, you're fired. Just to be, if you work
No,
in any
and
radio and you don't play their records, you're fired. So it's not you have to play Atlanta. It's not a choice.
I'm
You
not saying that Atlanta fell off as far as being outside and being in the club. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I still when I go out, when I'm outside, you're gonna still hear Future, you're gonna still hear 21, you're gonna still hear a lot of Atlanta.
JID about to cook. JID about to drop
Yeah,
something. Come
but
on,
he
let's be
about to
for real.
cook. He ain't cooked yet.
But
So and
he
people
anticipated.
and I mean, do Atlanta even respect him like that? Like they do they even respect that style of
Yeah, we
rap from him?
respect a little. Yeah, we respect
Like
that.
he don't get no love, man. They treat JID like he don't even exist.
Nah,
What do JID got to do to get some real love from Atlanta, from the whole Atlanta scene? They ain't bumping his music like that down there at all.
it don't mix in the it don't mix in the mix. But I mean,
but Ron, that's what y'all cater to. First of all, it's corporate. Atlanta is corporate. Sorry, Atlanta. I love you, but I gotta cook you. I have to cook Atlanta. You're corporatized. They have to play Atlanta because if they don't play Atlanta, them record labels are gonna catch a tantrum because Young Thug is their star. Future is their star. Little Baby, all these are the major star. You have to play them. You don't
whatever,
have a choice. You do
whatever.
not have a choice in
Whatever.
radio.
I'm just
I'll be
saying.
in Miami, Orlando, Philadelphia, DC, New York,
You have a
Raleigh,
choice.
Charlotte, Houston, Dallas, Las Vegas, LA, Oakland. Anywhere I
That's
go,
corporate.
I'm
That's
gonna hear an
corporate.
Atlanta record tonight. I guarantee you. I ain't gonna hear no Oakland record probably. I might hear some short,
Hey
blow
man,
the whistle. I
keep
might
it.
hear blow the
Let's
whistle.
keep it
I mean,
That's
100,
it.
man.
it's okay. It's
Atlanta is
vampire music.
dependent on
The, the vampires
Atlanta is
make
dependent
that
on
music.
Atlanta is dependent on
Lyrical.
a bunch of 40-year-olds to keep it real. They all Future 40, 21 about what 35, close to 40, damn near, and he
Lotto
about
I don't
26.
36.
care how old they are.
Lotto
Man, don't even stop
26.
saying Lotto, man. Like she carrying the city on
I
her
don't
back
care
or
how
something. Like
old they
stop
are.
it, bro. She doing her
You
thing,
not
but
gonna
she ain't. Lotto ain't popping like you trying to make it seem like other than tours. She ain't got the songs on the radio. She ain't
who,
like
who
what's
y'all got
the
better
last
than
Lotto hit?
who y'all got better than Outkast? Because if you don't got nobody better than Outkast, then I don't even know what we're even talking about.
I got a trivia question, y'all.
25
I got
years,
trivia.
y'all haven't produced somebody
I got a
better than
trivia
Outkast.
question for y'all. Who got the highest selling record of 2025? Where is he from? I'll wait.
I mean,
I
what is
don't
it?
In hip hop.
Is it Future?
Drake.
Is it Future?
No. Who got the
Drake is
highest
Drake is from
selling
Atlanta.
record
At this point,
album that
Drake is
came
from
out
Atlanta.
this year in hip hop? Who is it? Not and outside of Kendrick, who is the
Kendrick.
hot? No, Playboy Cardi has the highest debut album in
Now you want to
2025.
claim him. Now he
I'm
went
just
his
saying
revenge. You see
he's
how he
from
want to claim
Atlanta.
him now? Now all
I,
of a sudden he claiming Playboy Cardi.
I'm just
And y'all was
saying,
just saying this dude
hey,
wasn't hip hop or rap, but now you want to claim his success right now. That's a low blow,
I
man.
ain't claiming his
That's a low
success.
blow, Ryan.
You just
I'm
claimed him.
saying,
Your whole
you
thing
say
is radio.
the
Your
question is,
whole
has
thing is
Atlanta
who's
fallen
on
off?
radio.
The question is Atlanta falling off. How they falling off? They got the highest record
Come on, man.
of the
Stop it.
year
It
Stop
in
that,
fell
bro.
Playboy
off. It
Cardi.
fell off, bro.
Hey,
It's not even Atlanta.
you even pulling the
Atlanta's
Cardi
not
card
picking
is
these
proof.
people.
You
Atlanta's
pulling
not
the
picking
Cardi
these
card right
people.
now is proof that Atlanta fell off. That's like
It's
almost claiming Lil Nas X when he was hot or something. Like, you gonna claim
Atlanta's
Lil
not
Nas X
picking
too?
people.
You claiming Lil Nas X too? He representing the A like that. You claiming him as a rapper too now?
Atlanta, it is some corporatized old white
Stop it,
men
Ron.
that pick who's hot in your city. I need to let y'all know that. Y'all think that you are picking who's hot in your city. No, you're not. Doug Morris is picking who's hot in your city. Lucian Grange is picking who's hot in your city.
He
Lear
ain't
Cohen is
picking.
picking who's hot in your city.
No,
It is
he
a
not.
bunch of old
No,
white
no,
men
that's not
who
true.
decide
No, I'm
who's
gonna
hot in
stop you
your city.
there. Them
Yeah,
dudes ain't
no,
picking.
that's
Them
a
dudes.
fact. That's a
I've been in
fact.
Atlanta all my life. Them dudes
All
ain't
them
picking
artists
out.
who you got, they have
Lucian
a major
Grange ain't picking out
logo on
nothing
their
in
cover.
Atlanta. Leo Cohen's not picking out nothing in
All
Atlanta
them
to make Atlanta
all
run.
them artists you
That's
got, they
not
have a
true, bro.
major label logo on the back of their album.
But I
What's
want
that
to
got to do
correct.
with anything that we're really talking about
I
right
want to
now,
What
correct
are
though?
your
we talking
statement.
about? So
I
it
want to
ain't the
correct your
street.
statement. I want to correct it. Lucy, those guys ain't making nothing
It's
happen
an
in Atlanta,
old
man.
white man picking who's hot in your city.
That's not true,
Period.
bro. That's not
Hey,
true,
but you
Period.
know
bro.
what though?
If
It's
that wasn't true, if Future and Young Thug been the hottest niggas out there the last 10
That's
years,
not true,
if that
Leroy.
wasn't true, someone else would have already bumped them out their seat.
That's not
Nobody
true,
can
Leroy.
bump Young Thug and Future out their seat.
That's
That's
not true,
because
Leroy.
the machine holds them in place.
That's not true,
That-
Leroy. That's the wild take, bro. That's not true.
well,
hey,
how
Atlanta.
come the guys that you say are dope are also on radio? You mean to tell me that these two things happen by coincidence? The same people you are
So
claiming
Lucy and
that are
Grange
dope
pick who's
are
hot in your
also on
city.
radio
If
at the
that's the
same
case,
time.
then Lucy and Grange pick who hot in your city too, in your state.
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
Ron. Yes. That's what I'm
No.
saying.
That's
And
not how
yeah,
Atlanta works. Atlanta
let's
music don't
turn
work
on the
like that,
radio
bro.
right now. How come it's the same guy?
Atlanta's hip hop culture don't work like that, bro.
So it's by coincidence that the same rappers are hot all
It
the time?
comes out of the strip
That's
clubs, bro.
coincidence?
it comes out of the strip
I mean,
clubs, bro. That's
and
That's
I'm a witness to
coincidence.
that. Hey, I'm a witness
Coincidence.
to that because, like I said, every time I go down to Atlanta, I try to make it to New Music Mondays, and they have DJs. They do this every Monday. You can look it up. They got a channel on YouTube, New Music Mondays Atlanta. They got artists that come out there from all over and perform, and it's
Different
DJs,
artist.
different artists all the time, and the DJs is either selecting them, pulling them. I mean, they pay for playing. They
So
they
we would
keep the
hear
artists hot.
different artists
Hold on, Leroy.
on
Let
the
me just
radio.
say it. They are coming out though. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys get discovered there. Like I said, I went down there way back. I seen Lil Baby there. I seen a couple people that have actually came out since last time I was there. I haven't been in like 2 years now, but
I know I
they do
understand that.
have Atlanta has a DJ scene and, like you said, a strip club scene, and it's things that blow up. I'm sure that it's some local guy down there that's got the streets bumping right now that the industry is just gonna wait to pluck up once once he develop
Let's
and get
go.
enough followers or something. So
Let's go
we
from
like that.
2020. Let's go from 2020 to 2025. If I turn on the radio right now, and let's say I'm in a time machine also in 2020, if I turn on both radios at the same time, I'm gonna hear Future, Young Thug, Migos, Little Baby. So we'll just name those four. So you mean to tell me all 5 of those years I'm hearing the same rappers by a coincidence? No, that is
I don't even
corporate.
know. I don't know what we arguing right now. I'm not.
That
I
is
don't know what.
corporate. I'm
I
just
don't.
saying
What, I don't
that's
get why
why
y'all.
y'all
What are we
that's
talking
why y'all
about though?
fell off. Y'all not picking the music because it's impossible that you would be picking the same guys every year. You would not do that to yourself. You would immediately go find new people because you would not pick the same guys every
I
year.
think
You
again,
wouldn't do
I think Leroy, we got to be careful, man, because you don't. I mean, you don't have to be careful, but I think you're speaking on something you don't know. You don't. I don't know the inner workers of the Bay Area, and I wouldn't claim to know them. But you speaking about Atlanta and how the inner workers of this music shit work, you don't even know, bro. I'm just saying
that.
you
I
don't
mean, and
know.
regardless of all of that, I mean, people get in their
Let me turn
cars
on your
and they
radio and
people
let me see.
people getting people ain't listening to the radio. You like to bring this up all the time. The radio's
He
not
just
dictating
mentioned
what
Playboy
the
Cardi.
radio is not dictating what people is listening to. People getting in the cars, they playing what they want. They going selected videos or they playing the
Then
music
why
that
is
they
he
want to
talking
play.
about people on
So
radio? He talked about Future. Is Future a radio guy? He talked about
I'm
Little
talking about the
Baby.
clubs. I don't listen to
He
the
talk,
radio.
but what you're saying
I ain't
is
listened to the radio
by
in
a
about 20
coincidence.
years, B. I don't
But
listen to
what
the
you're saying
radio.
is by coincidence, the same artists at the club getting played in the club are the same artists being played on the
I don't know.
and
I don't. The
you
radio
don't
don't.
see the
The
no,
radio
connection.
ain't
I
moving.
don't
You
agree
don't
with that.
see the connection.
I don't agree with
So
that.
Little Baby gets played in the club, right? And he gets played on radio. What are the chances that by coincidence, both the same guy is
I
played
wouldn't
over
know. I
by
I'm
wouldn't.
not
coincidence?
hearing much Lil Baby in the club.
I wouldn't know what's played on the radio because I don't listen to radio. I got Sirius XM. I play
Okay,
the
so now
radio,
you
and
don't now
I don't know
okay,
what's
so
on the
you
radio.
don't know.
I
You
don't
don't
know.
know. Okay, so the same guys you think is hot, they're on a constant rotation every hour on radio.
And
And
I
that's
didn't
across
cite somebody said I cited the radio. I didn't cite the
that's
radio. I
across the
said what artist had the #1 hip hop debut album
okay.
this year and where was he from? And that was Playboy Cardi. I don't know if Playboy Cardi's on the radio or not. I'm just telling you
Yes, yes,
that artist is
yes,
from Atlanta. That's all
yes.
I'm saying. That artist
And
is from
all these
in
guys
Atlanta.
is so hot that there is a corporate connection behind them. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. I understand the game, but what I'm saying is we're taking credit as if we picked these guys. We did not go into the hood and pick these guys. No, 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 sir.
Man, let me
That's
tell you,
not what.
man. The
That is
corporate
not
corp.
what.
Hey, you have to understand what happened when Ti. Let's talk about. I'm gonna get back to the topic.
Who
When
y'all got
Ti's
better than Ti?
when Ti, I want to debunk your corporate myth because when Ti's first album came out, you know what I'm saying, he got dropped because his city picked him up. It was the mixtape scene. It was a strip. It was Atlanta independent music scene that lifted Ti
Mm-hmm.
up. When Jeezy came out and did his movement, it wasn't corporate people picking Jeezy. It was the streets of Atlanta that picked Jeezy that made Jeezy what it was. Now, did he have
I was
corporate
there.
backing? Did he have corporate backing later? But in Atlanta, you look even the Migos. It wasn't corporate people that backed the Migos and they was bubbling when they first came out with their stuff. It was the streets, the people that built the Migos up. Now, did they later have corporate backing? Yes. But in Atlanta, it starts off organic and then it picks up. It comes from the people, and then the corporate folks later pick up on it. But even
You think it's
Future,
later? I
I
don't
don't
think
get
it's
what,
later.
like, why are we even
I don't
talking
think it's
about this?
later.
And
I
what
think
did
from
this got to do
jump.
with Atlanta falling off? I don't get
I
what,
think
like,
from
I don't get why
because I'm gonna tell
where's
you.
the tie
I'm
in
gonna
to
tell
this?
you. I think
Where's the
from
tie in
jump
to this and Atlanta
the
falling off?
corporate. I think the corporation is the streets because I think from jump they're there because I always see their logo on the back of the albums. So that's my opinion. I where your logo come from. So I think they're there from jump. Now the reason why it connects to why it's falling off is because I don't think it's the streets picking these people. If it was, I think I would hear different
so
people.
let me get back to Super's question real quick. So I think I think we're defining falling off in different ways. I think with Super, you're saying, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to put words in your mouth. You're saying falling off means there's no new artists that's younger than 35, no young guns that's really coming out, bubbling out of the city. That's your definition of falling off. My definition of falling off is where nobody from your city it's got nothing popping right now, nowhere. That's my definition of falling off. So, for example, yeah, Joey had a couple moments with his battles, a couple last week, 2 weeks, had some dope records. But outside of Joey, I would say New York is falling off. But anytime you go outside, you hear an Atlanta record. Until I don't go nowhere, and I don't hear nobody from Atlanta, then I can concede that Atlanta is falling off. But that's my definition of it. Your definition is there's no new artists that are coming out of Atlanta that's
That
propping up the city. That's
that's basically what I'm saying. I mean, for a while, Atlanta was producing a lot of young artists. They was producing the future of rap at that time, and now, I mean, it's kind of stale as far as them representing the South and bringing those fresh new faces and takes to the music game. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I mean, I'll say Memphis,
That's his take too, and
Memphis,
I agree with that take. But I
yeah,
would also say, why,
Houston, Dallas. I think
why
that they on the move right now. They representing the South a little bit more harder as far as new music, new sound, and what's coming next for the South a little bit harder than Atlanta is. That's basically
do
what I'm
y'all
saying.
realize that y'all came from Outcast? Do y'all know who Outcast is? So you mean to tell me that you put on Outcast and Goody Mob, the Dungeon Family, Ti, and you letting these other rappers come out that ain't to that level? How does that make sense? How does it make sense that you went from Outcast to Lil Baby? Now I'm not again, Lil Baby. I'm sure you're gonna get mad if you heard that shot. No disrespect, brother, but I'm just saying they went from Outcast to Lil Baby. They went from Goody Mob to whoever. What
But why
to
you keep
play?
saying Lil Baby like Lil Baby been on
Like,
fire? Lil Baby was
like,
like he basically
bro,
he a one hit
but
wonder basically. Really, Lil Baby is
what I'm
basically a
saying
one
is
hit
this.
wonder, man. He ain't been on fire since he been out. He had a
So
nice hot maybe summer and a half. Maybe he might
he
have
was
had a
on fire.
nice
He was
year,
on fire.
but
Don't get it twisted. He
he
was on
wasn't
fire.
on fire, bro.
But
His last album was just
again, we're
back to back.
ignoring Outkast. We're ignoring Outkast existed.
Why are we
We're
talking about
ignoring
Outkast?
we're ignoring Ti even existed. We're ignoring y'all. If y'all want to do
I
something,
don't know what you're talking
ATL
about.
respectfully, of course y'all don't know. But how are you putting out a rapper that's not better than Andre 3000? I don't know. That doesn't make sense.
Hell,
How
I
are you
mean,
not putting out rap? How are you not putting out Sci the Prince? You're not standing behind 2 Chainz. You're not putting out somebody more gifted than Ti. That doesn't make sense. Now maybe there is nobody that's outside more gifted than Ti. That's possible. But if there is, you're not trying to help that person, whoever he is. But when you go from Ti to whoever else that I don't think is that quality, that's why I'm saying that to me that's a fall off. I'm sorry. Like
Well, I mean, if
I,
that's the case,
I,
and I mean, that's been happening everywhere. You can't just say Atlanta. I mean, the West
but
Coast
we're
too.
talking
You
specifically
can
about
go from everywhere, man. You can say that they haven't been producing rappers better than the rappers in the '90s. We can go from coast to coast and
that's
say
not
that. I mean, that's nothing to
talking.
be said though, Leroy. That's nothing to be
No,
said. You can say that.
that matters. That matters
You can say that
because
about every coast in the game right now.
that
You
matters
can
though
say that
because
about
Ti
everywhere.
made dope music. Y'all missing that Ti actually made dope music too, and he made dope albums.
But
That
he
is
still
missing.
wasn't.
That is missing.
He's still not on. He still didn't make music on the level of Outkast.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
He was of such quality that even you could say it's not like Outkast, but the quality of his rhyming ability, his beat picking ability, his album making ability, that quality was
have
there,
you
bro.
heard Life is Beautiful?
That quality was there.
Have you heard Life is Beautiful?
That's 3 different people, brother. That's not just Atlanta.
Okay.
That's three
All right.
different people,
Well,
brother.
Atlanta is represented heavy
Three
on that
different
project,
people.
bro.
Hey, but
Atlanta's
shout out to Atlanta though, man. I mean, they can rest and let some of the
I
other
would.
parts of the South take. They can let them take over and get their sound off. You know what I mean? Right now, I mean, they had a nice long good run. They have produced some superstars and guys that stuck around for a while. I mean,
Yeah,
half of
you
the music industry, they've been paying the bills. Atlanta been paying the bills for the music industry for the
y'all
last maybe 20
popular
years. So
rappers,
and it's
man.
still
if
and
they
it's still
falling
paying
off right now,
DJs
so be
bills.
it.
And it's still paying
You're
DJs
mentioning
across the
popular
country.
people. That doesn't mean quality. That means
DJs
popular.
getting paid tonight playing some Atlanta records. I tell you that. So Super, you,
Yeah, yeah. That's corporate.
I'll do this. I'll concede the point, Super, that you're right. You're right that we haven't produced any young artists as of late. I'm confident that that will change, but I still think I won't. My definition of fall off has got to be to the New York level where you don't hear nothing from nobody at all anywhere.
I,
So
I don't think I don't think that's ever gonna happen for Atlanta though. Like I don't think
okay.
they'll ever fall all the way off like that. I mean, you still
Come
do
on.
got guys that's hot. You still do got Gunna. You still
A
you know
fall off
future
means you don't hear them
fu-
ever. That's fall off. You don't hear them
fu-
ever. It's a fall off.
I
Come
mean,
on.
like you said, honestly, I don't hear anything from the East Coast in the club or when I'm outside at a bar. Or yes, I'm still outside in the club for those in the chat trying to shit on being outside while y'all just chill in the house and drink water and shit. I'm still outside kicking it. I'm on the road. I travel, so yes, I'm still outside. I still go to clubs,
Jack Lang, look up
bars.
Kendrick
I'm
Lamar.
still outside. So yes, I hear this music. I don't hear nothing from the East Coast. Even when I'm on the East Coast, I don't hear nothing from the East Coast in the East Coast. So
But again,
it is what
we're
it
our
is.
judgment is radio. Our judgment is what's on radio, and we keep saying we don't listen to radio. But it's interesting how you're picking the guys that are the most played on radio. That's all I'm saying. And so when we talk about outside, what blocks, what streets, name the street that you're kicking it on so I know what you mean. Because outside, you're not giving me no street. I don't know what street you at. So it's like if we don't hear something outside, that's one thing. I don't think that's a metric. I don't think
Las
radio
Vegas Boulevard.
I
I
don't
give you a street.
I don't think being young is a metric. Just because you young, I'm supposed to think that you tight. I don't think like that. But when we talk about outside, you're just naming your name. Now you want to name streets, and again, we could do that because I just posed that. But it's like we have no metric. The radio don't decide for us, and any streets we pick, no street. I can't say MacArthur is the deciding factor for everybody's block. I can't do that. You know what I mean? So it's like we have no metric for what decides who's hot. We're just picking
I'll give you an
popularity.
example. I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna give you 3 examples, Leroy. All right. For example, I'm just gonna give you Wayne's run back when the Carter 3 came out. Right. At that time, I was young and wild. I'm gonna be young and wild. I was young and wild. I was, kicking it. You know what I'm saying? So I was 125th Street in New York, and I heard a Millie and out of somebody's car in Harlem. Right. Then I went down to Miami on South Beach on Ocean.
If
And
they don't play a Millie,
I
they're
heard
fine.
I heard a Millie. You know what I'm saying? And I was out on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? I don't know which street. I was on Figueroa in LA, and I heard a Millie in the span of 3 weeks. That told me that record was working. You know what I'm
But
saying?
what
That's the
happens if they
streets.
don't play the record? They're fired, Ron.
But no,
They don't have a
I'm
choice.
saying that somebody was playing it in their
They don't
whip.
have a choice.
They was playing it in their whip, Leroy. That was the streets.
Yeah, I mean the streets gonna play what the radio tells them to play.
All right.
If it was about the streets, Griselda would be out here platinum. So please spare me with the streets, because in the streets, Griselda is somebody. They're not seeing they're not seeing the fruit of that. Well, they are. But what I'm saying is, if it was about the streets, we'd be looking at Griselda like they pop stars. If it was about the streets, but it's not about the streets, because it's a coincidence that everything that we like, the radio has in constant rotation. I don't think that's coincidence. I don't. I think there's a connection. You
And
know
I
what
don't
I
want
mean?
to go. I don't want to go into this tangent, but they telling me that a certain artist has all these records is popping on the radio. I don't listen to radio, but then I'm out here. I don't hear none of these records, man. But I'm gonna move on to the next topic, man. But that's neither here nor there, man. They sell it.
That
That's
talking about California. Look up Kendrick
they
Lamar.
ain't playing the
Do
records,
you know who
man.
Kendrick Lamar is?
They ain't playing the records, man. So you know what I'm
You
saying.
know who? Does anybody know who Kendrick Lamar is? That's why California don't really have a dog in this fight. And
Yeah.
even if they did, every time you ask someone about California, what do people say? California
I heard
is
a lot. I heard a lot of
California
Atlanta
is its
records.
own thing.
I heard
You
a lot. The number one rapper in the game. I ain't hear that many records. But I heard a lot of Atlanta records when I was out and about last week. But
if you don't
that's
play
neither here nor
Atlanta
there.
records
I don't want to
here,
change the
you will
topic.
not
I
have
don't
a
want to change
job.
the topic. I don't want to change the topic. So let's go to the next topic. Super came up with a great idea. We're at the 6 month mark of 2025. The year is flying by. We just had Mother's Day, Father's Day is coming out. Shout out to all the fathers. We have Memorial Day this past weekend. Shout out to all the soldiers. You know what I'm saying? We got 4th of July coming up. Juneteenth is coming up. We got different holidays coming up. Labor Day is coming up in September. But we at the halfway mark. We got 6 more months left. Super, you had a list of your top. You want to go with the albums first, or you want to go? Your
Well, let's just
songs.
go to songs first. We might as well just do the top 10 songs first.
All right, let me get my list ready. Top 10 songs. So, what made you think your list? How did you come up with it? The songs you just be bumping in rotation, or what?
Yeah, this just all my opinion, man. This is just all 100% me. This is what I'm bumping, what I've been enjoying so far this year. Number 10, I got to go with Buddy with Hopped Out. I mean, since I heard the song, it's been still in rotation for me. If y'all ain't heard Buddy and y'all ain't heard Hopped Out, ain't seen the video, the song is addictive. I don't know what more to say about it. The beat is fire. The way they rapping on it is fire. It's catchy as hell, and it's stuck with me since the song came out. So that's number 10, top song of the year for me so far.
Okay.
Number 9, I'm going with JID Work, man. Like I said, this is one of them songs that should be definitely getting radio play, club play. He made a fire ass video. He's spitting bar work. It's a super catchy ass song. He's spitting hard as hell on there. I don't know how this song is getting ignored. I don't know what people got to do for JID for him to get the love and respect that he deserves. But JID is on fire right now. I'm anticipating this album. I love the way this song sounds. I like the bop of it. I like everything about it. I mean, it's like a club song. It should definitely be on the radio. I don't know what they need to do to push JID over the edge, but this is a song that I'm surprised that we just not hearing all over the place.
I don't
Number
think
8.
they need to push him over the edge.
Go ahead.
I don't think they need to push JID over the edge. JID has a built-in fan base. He's all right. He just feed his fan base. You won. He's all right. Amen.
Number 8, man, I gotta go with BXthaPlug and that All the Way song. I mean, they did the country hip hop mix. It's a great song, man. This is a fucking super song as far as I'm concerned. I think this song is like one of them songs that's gonna last. It's gonna be around. It's gonna be everybody's breakup song. It's gonna be your heartbreak song. It's gonna be one of them songs that's going. It's definitely a crossover song. I don't know if they embracing this song on country radio because, like I said, who listens to radio right now? But this seems like this would be a song that would be a radio song. If it's not, it should definitely be. It's a great song. Like I can't hate on it. You know what I mean? And I'm not even into country music like that, and I love the way this song mixed together. It's well, greatly produced. It's one of the top 10 songs of the year. Don't be surprised, like I told y'all before, if this song win a Grammy or something. Don't be surprised. I'm telling y'all this right now. Number 7. Gotta go with West Side Gun and Doechii with the Egypt remix. Shit is fire, man. I mean, Doechii surprised me. She was spitting on there. I always give West Side Gun a lot of pushback and hate, but this is one of them songs. I'm like, yeah, he's pretty dope on this. Production on it is fire. It's catchy, and I've been finding myself going back and listening to it. I do really like the way Doechii rap and sound on here. Production is fire, like I said. It's a dope ass song, man. It worked well with them together. So shout out to them on that song. That's my number 7 song. Number 6, My Town with Joey. I got this on here just strictly because of the ass cheek line. That ass cheek line, ass cheek got to change his name. I don't even want to know how to say his name for real no more, because forever his name is ass cheek now. No matter what, his name is ass cheek now. That dude got to change his name, man. No matter what. Like I said, I'm not even going to find out how to pronounce it the right way or nothing. He's ass cheek forever. And that shit stuck so hard, you know what I mean? So shout out to Joey, man. And it's a nice song, Loaded Lux. You know what I mean? The whole shit is fire. It's another one of them songs that I've been going back to since I heard it. I love the bar work. Got to put my boy Bodie James on here, Fear God, featuring Conway. Love the beat, love the production. Another one of them songs that's just catchy. I wake up in the morning, I want to hear it. So my boy Bodie on here, man. Number 4, Endangered Innocence, Lloyd Banks and Ghostface Killer. I love the story of this. I love the soulfulness of the track. It's another one of them songs that it's stuck in my head. Sometimes I want to hear that beat. When I wake up in the morning, I've been putting it on. It's been on repeat for me, at least, you know, throughout since I've been hearing it. So it's been one of them songs I've been constantly going back to. I love that track. So shout out to Lloyd Banks and Ghostface Killer. Number 3, Bodie and Benny, Duffel Bag Hottie. Another one of them tracks, man. Like the beat, the production, the flow, the way they rapping. I swear, when I like this is every now and then, and I'm not bullshitting, and y'all can say what y'all want, but every now and then I hear Bodie James rap, and I think that he's the best rapper out every now and then. This is one of them ones, like Bodie's verse and his flow on here is one of the best verses and flows I heard all year. I got to give it to Bodie. His verse on here could possibly be a verse of the year.
Boldy, just real quick,
Boldy,
Boldy, just walk in a record label and say, "Give me the bag." That's all you got to do, Boldy. Walk in any record company and say, "You know who I am? Okay, I need that bag." They're gonna give it to you, Boldy. They're not gonna give you a runaround. They're just gonna hand over the bag. That's where you're at, Boldy. Especially if you walk in there and say, "Oh yeah, I got a record with Eminem and Big Sean." Then they're definitely handing over the bag. Okay? So that's all you gotta do, Boldy.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Like I said, sometimes I hear Bodie James and I think he's the best rapper out. Like it's just, you know, I don't know what it is about it, but like his lyrics and just the way that he say what he say, it's like every now and then I can just be like, damn, this dude is the best. Is this dude the best out? Like every now and then when I'm listening to him rap, I really feel like that. Another example of what I'm saying about Bodie and his flow. This song is kind of old, but Month of Sundays from Bodie James. That's one of the ones where I listen to it. I'm hearing him rap. I'm like, damn, this dude, is he the best? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. We really got to start paying a little bit more attention to Bodie because as time goes on, he's really impressing me more and more and more. And we really ain't really looking at him as a lyrical artist. But when you really listen to him spit, he lyrical as hell to me. And that's what I'm saying. That's lyrical to me. That's the type
you got to
of
be famous. They're not going to take you serious until you're famous. That's it. So between him and Mozzie, when we're talking about bar wise, they're great at using metaphor as a descriptive tool. And that cheat code that they got right there is phenomenal. Him and Mozzie both do that. So, but Boldy, just walk in a label, say I need the bag. That's all. You know what I mean? I need the bag. Tell them you got Eminem on speed dial and Big Sean on speed dial. They gonna hand over that bag for that Detroit anthem.
Hey, Kenny Mac, let me. I see you. I see you in the chat. You said who y'all got, Bodie James or Wrong Streets? I'm gonna say Bodie James as of right now, just because of the production that he chooses. I feel like Bodie picks better production. I do think Rome might be more of a barsmith than Bodie James is, if you want to even say that. But Bodie is a little bit maybe more entertaining to me once you get used to his style. I think that Bodie's a little bit more entertaining. So I'm gonna go with Bodie James just because I feel like he picks better beats and he keep working. He keep his work going. So
Yep.
number two, man, Bad Choices. 2 Chainz, Larry June, and Alchemist. This is another one of them songs I keep going back to. Every time I hear this song, 2 Chainz verses get better. Every single time. Every time I hear this song, I feel like 2 Chainz verses go harder. This album is gonna come up, but this is my album of the year. This is spoiler alert. This is my album of the year so far. I think it's the best album, production wise, bar wise, no skips. It's a great album. So I'll get into that a little bit later, but that's my number 2 song. And number 1, Rock Marcy, man, Armani Session. Another one of them songs. Like every time I go back and I listen to the bar work from Rock Marcy and that beat and the primo, and every now and then, like I said, I get songs stuck in my head. You know, I drive around all day, so I get a lot of time to listen to music, and some shit just comes like it just comes to my head, and I'm like, damn, I want to hear that. So you know, when I hear that Lil Kim sample that they got in there, and it's just so well put together. And the bar work from Rock Marcy, so many quotables in the song, man. Like song of the year for me still right now. So shout out to Rock Marcy, man. That's my top 10 songs of the year. Little mix of everything.
Dope
All
list, man.
right.
Hit like and subscribe for that list, man. Dope list. Leroy, you got some songs? You got some songs you wanted to
I,
highlight?
yeah, I just made 9 real quick, real fast. You know what I mean? But again, I'm about being different. Go out here and give me something that's never been done. That's what I'm most impressed with. Okay, show me something that nobody ever did but you. Okay, so I'll go off the Life is Beautiful, Colossal. That's just fire. Saint John never met Superman. Now again, when we talk about what's outside, people are gonna say Saint John's not outside, but he's selling out venues in your city. So is it about outside or is it about tickets sold? What is it about? Okay, so never met Superman. Lloyd Banks, Art of Rap. That song is Exhibit Higher from King Easy, Kiss the Sky, Helium. That was out last weekend. That's fire. Jim Jones, Fashion Killer. West Side Gun, Egypt. Oh, there's a guy named Leroy Green who did a freestyle to that. He's fire. Willie the Kid, Don't Be Sorry, Be Careful. That song's fire. That came out this year. If y'all ain't heard Willie the Kid, Catch Me If You Can Too, that's fire. And what else? Glad to Meet You, Master Killer. I just talked about that. Crazy. And so that's 9 right there. That's a solid 9 right there. For to drop a whole album, I would say go listen to that Gold Links, y'all. Get into a bag that's totally not your normal bag, and just go in another bag. That's all. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Lupe had a dope verse on this weekend too, but he said something. Lupe was going crazy, but that's
Hey,
him. You know.
hey, it's been some dope music. You know, we gotta. I think it's always good to do the halfway point. So some of these earlier, so we'll have a reference point to go back and check it out and see how these songs last up until November, or until we really having to think about the album of the year or songs of the year. I just like to have this little reference point of what was fired now before this
No
album
doubt.
run come. If there's even an album run coming, because we still, I mean, it ain't really nothing really majorly on the calendar yet as far as album drops.
Oh,
So
I'm gonna talk about that. Don't you worry. It's
I
some
mean,
I
stuff.
mean, we know we got Clipse. We know we got Wayne. We know we still anticipating Nas and Primo. I mean, but other
Game
than
is
that,
hyped up.
yeah,
Game is
yeah.
mad. He like, I'm gonna
Uh,
drop documentary 3 to show y'all. He's pissed off now,
Documentary
y'all.
3 coming out. I'm gonna get into the rest of 2025. Y'all gonna be surprised. I didn't come up with a list of my songs or my albums. That's fine, but I got something. I'm gonna tell you what I'm anticipating I'm gonna put my Negro Damas hat on what I'm anticipating for the rest of 2025. But Super, you want to finish up your list with the albums at the midway point?
All right, top five, man. I got a tie. And the reason why I'm going, I gotta give it a tie, man, because BigXthaPlug, his album was officially released last year, late last year, but he did the deluxe version, and he added like 3 more new songs on there. But the album is fire as hell, so I gotta give it to BigXthaPlug and Key Glock. Those are my, that's my tie at 5, man. BigXthaPlug, I mean, that album is great. It's got soul, it's got great production, substance. He got the song "Take Care" with the Stay Fly sample. "Lost the Love" with the blues sample. It's just like, I just love the way the album is produced. I like the way he rapping on it. It's a flex of an album, but like I said, he still sounds humble. He still gives you a little bit of piece of his personal life within it, and he stylistically got flavor too. So it's not a boring album. It sounds great. Shout out to BigXthaPlug, man. I had to put it on there because he did the deluxe, and it is that fire to me. I've been actually going back and listening to it a little bit more often. Um, Number 5 is as well Key Glock, man, with Glockavelli. The song "Hallelujah" go hard on there. "Blue Devil" go hard on there. "No Sweat" with the Keith Sweat "Nobody" sample go hard on there. The album is a nice album from top to bottom. Um, when you listen to Key Glock, for me, this is my assessment of where I think about it. When I listen to Key Glock, he reminds me of every member of 3 6 Mafia at the same time. He's got a little bit of Project Pat in him, a little bit of Coopster,
Lord
a little bit
Infamous,
of,
Lord Infamous
yeah,
in
Lord
it.
Infamous, Juicy
DJ
J.
Paul.
And a little bit of Young Dolph in him a little bit too. So he's like embracing that total Memphis sound and kind of almost paying homage but not biting. It's original. Songs are fire, and like I said, he gets a it's not like all flash and floss and all violence. He gets into a little bit of substance as well. It's just a nice, enjoyable album with some bops on it. It sounds good in the car when you ride and listen to it. I would say pretty much it don't really have a skip on there to me either. It's an album that I think that I can listen to from front to back. I enjoy the album. It didn't get on my nerves. So shout out to Key Glock, man, and BigXthaPlug. That's my tie for 5. Number 4, I'm going with Ransom and Dave East with The Final Call. I love this album too. Autobahn Ballroom, the Malcolm X, basically the Malcolm X story. That go hard. The production on here is just the production is why I really like it. It's a nice, smooth riding album. It sounds good. They lyrically like doing their thing. As time went on, when I first was listening to the album, I felt like Dave East didn't really match as well, but it's starting to grow on me, and I think that they did a good job with kind of the style clash and the sound, like just the way that Dave do sound versus the smoothness of Ransom. As time went on, and as I constantly went back to it, it sounds even better to me now. So, like, if this was one of them albums that you just listened to when it first came out and you ain't listened to it again, go back and listen to it now, and it's gonna sound good again to you. You know what I mean? The Final Call with JLX was dope, by any means. With Necessary with Method Man, great Method Man feature. I think they did just enough on here, with not going with too many features, just having enough features, having a nice themed album. It's nice and smooth. I like the album. It's definitely got to be a top 5 album of the year so far for me. So shout out to them. Number 3, man, already just dropped a couple days ago. I'm going with Rome Streetz with Train Spotting. Just from first listen, and maybe not even gonna say first listen, but just from these first sessions with it. I mean, I probably listened to the album from front to back maybe 3 times since it came out. And like I said, when I first listened to it, my first criticism of it was some of the distorted production on there. But the bars just go so hard that it carries the album. You know what I mean? And I really like I said before, the 4080 and the story that he's telling about the industry and how these MCs get jerked out their deals. Ricky Bobby, another great Method Man feature on there. We already talked about it. You know what I mean? And so shout out to him. You know what I mean? We already got, if you ain't seen our review of the album earlier, go back and check it out at the beginning of the video. But It's not really much more to be said about the album. It's just dope as hell from front to back. If you like raps, that's a great album. If you like lyrics, you like bars, you like raps, it's a great album. So automatically, instantly, a top 3 album for me off top for the year. Number 2, Lloyd Banks. Despite my mistakes, man, ONE3. I like the album. Theme of the album. It's a grown-up album. Um, Lloyd Banks sounds very humble. It's like an album of growth. The songs is fire. Another one of those albums where I think that he did a great job with the features. Like just having just enough features, not overdoing it, carrying your own album, and the features were good. So I liked 1982 with Ransom. I mean, the album just started. I mean, from front to back, this is another one of them. Don't have a skip on there, to be honest with you. Don't have a skip on there. There's no skips on here. It's a great album. Shout out to Lloyd Banks, my number 2 album of the year, man. I mean, straight up and down. Perfect World, Dedication, Revolving Door, Upper Echelon, High Power. I love the whole album. It's dope from front to back to me. Rolling, the whole album. So shout out to Lloyd Banks, man. I think that we gotta put some respect on this before we forget about it. And if you haven't got the chance to really dig more into it, compare this album to other albums of the year that you like and see if it holds up. I mean, I got to give it to Lloyd, man, on this. And number 1, man, no surprise, 2 Chainz, Larry June, Life is Beautiful. Best album of the year for me. I mean, I like the whole album. Every time I put it in, I just let it play. So from production-wise, from song-wise, from bar work, it's been the most impressive album for me. The album I've enjoyed the most this year. So shout out to Larry and 2 Chainz, man, for sure. That's my top 5 albums of the year, y'all.
Fire, fire. You know, you mentioned that, and you mentioned Ransom and Davies. Now, two things. Again, my only gripe though is I feel like it's not an equal exchange. Two Chains and Larry, love you, Larry. They area, you already know. I don't feel like it's an equal exchange of skill there. I feel like
Hey,
in their own worlds they can do things, but when they try to go back and forth with each other, I think it's apparent that Two Chains is a little bit more skilled than the other. You know what I mean?
hey, but I agree a little bit on some songs, but there are some songs where Larry June got the best of them. Like I think Larry June had the best verse on "Life Is Beautiful" and on "Any Day." I think Larry June held his own on those 2 songs for sure.
The
You know
two
what I
chains
mean?
got him. 2 Chains got him on LLC.
He got him with LLC. I'll give him with Munyon Canyon, even Colossal, and maybe even Bad Choices. You know what I'm saying? But I think that this is album of the year because of just how the dynamic, man. This is East. I mean, this is West Coast meets the South with Alchemist, which is basically, if you really want to think about it, is an East Coast producer, man. We know like Alchemist is a little bit more diverse, but traditionally we still kind of
That's
think
West
of
Coast to
Alchemist.
me.
We still think of Alchemist as an East Coast producer in a way. You know what I mean, with his style and how it sounds, and
They
he
they
he
never
makes a
heard
lot of
West Coast
music
hip
with East
hop like
Coast.
that.
And
They
for it to
never
come
heard West
together,
Coast hip hop. They
for it to
only
come
heard
together the
G
way
Funk.
it did, for it to come together as well as it did, and for it to sound as smooth as it did, and for them to put these songs together, and for it to be as good as it was, I'm very impressed with this album. And it gets better and better every time. This is another one of them albums. If you have not put it on in a while, or since you might have ran through it and listened to it the first time, turn that shit on and play it. And as soon as Munyon Canyon come on, you're gonna be like, damn, this shit sound good. It's gonna hit you all over again. So
Shit,
My,
for
I
my
me,
whole
want.
that
thing
I
is
was my
want. I
album
want
of
a
the year.
part 2. It was so good. I want a part 2. Shit.
Yes.
it was cool, man. My whole thing is I don't know why where Two Chains goes with Alchemist. Yes, we can make it work and make it sounds good, but and where Larry June comes in. Now we could make it good. We're giving points for sounding good, but I never expected them to sound bad. That's the whole thing. Like, so I'm not just giving points for sounding good when I wasn't expecting you to sound bad either. Two Chains is not a bad rapper. Alchemist is not a bad producer. So just being good is like, and as far as Alchemist is sound, I understand everybody sees that as East Coast. But y'all never heard West Coast hip hop. You heard West Coast G Funk. So that exhibit box, that blue box, that Razcast box, y'all don't know. People don't know that box even exists. So that's why to them, Alchemist sounds East Coast, and I understand it. Plus, he came up with Mobb Deep, so we already know. But I'm just saying, it does sound good. It's not a bad album at all. But I feel like it was compromised. I feel Two Chainz had to hold back a little bit. Alchemist had to switch up his style and make it smooth and calm and player a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm just like, do y'all know what Alchemist is really capable of? I don't think people know what Alchemist is capable of. I honestly do
Well,
not.
Leroy, that was the
Because
theme of the
because when
project.
they tell me when they tell me their version of what they like from Alchemist, I'm thinking to myself, if only y'all knew the other shit that he had out, it would be like, you know what I
But
mean?
that
And
This
wasn't
is just one of them albums
that
where
wasn't the
I
theme of the
feel like
project though. That wasn't the theme of the project though. It was supposed to be a
it was be
smooth.
cool.
It was
Okay.
lifestyle rap. It was lifestyle rap. When they on the interviews that they gave, they had a mission when they wanted to make the album. And I think Alchemist's beats and
Okay.
production for this album matched what they were trying to accomplish. They were trying to make a lifestyle rap. That's what they were trying to do.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay,
and they
cool.
did it, and they did it great. Like this is album. It sounds like fine art. This is another one of them albums. When you listen to it, the production, the way that they rap it, how they spitting, this shit is cool as hell, and how flawless they did it. Like you said, I mean, they like if they was holding back, this is a great example of how something simple can be done great. You know what I mean? Like it don't have to be all extra lyrical content heavy. Just make some smooth ass bops
Okay.
and and keep the streets fed. Keep the streets fed. That's all you really got to do. And I think that they did a great job with this
Yeah,
album. This
I mean,
album is going this
not it's
album is
a
like it's
layup.
such a
It's a
bop.
layup.
It's gonna
Yeah.
last into the summer because of how
That's a
smooth it
free
is. You
throw,
know what I mean?
man.
So it's not
These
that
guys
easy,
been
bro.
making music for 20 years. To make that album for them, come on, man. That's just a joint. They could roll that up and do that with a joint break. Like that's not hard. Like these guys been making music 20 years. What they gave you, that's a frisbee. But I get it though. And it is a good album. So if I'm just gonna say is it good? Yes, it is good. I wish that Alchemist would really show people what he's really capable of in hardcore hip hop because he don't do that. He makes bops. He makes cool little bops. What Alchemist is really capable of is ridiculous. Okay, if he really wanted to lay the hammer down on some hardcore hip hop, we'd hear a total different animal. Like Alchemist is an animal, but he
Hey,
holds it. He just be cool all the time. You know what I mean?
shout out to Ray Vaughn as well. His album was fire too. Made my honorable mention. Ray Vaughn album is nice. For me, the only reason why I didn't make my top list, I mean, it hasn't been out long enough, and I mean, I'm gonna be real. It's kind of depressing a little bit, but he's spitting some real shit on there. But it's kind of depressing to listen to the album. Like it's too many sad ass stories on there. Like it's too much in your feelings type rapping. It's not my style. I'm already lonely as hell ride down the road on the highway half of the time. So I don't be want to hear all that extra sad type shit. So
Hold on, Killer Kev. You said Snoop needs to let Daz produce his album. Did y'all hear? You heard the last Snoop Dogg album. Now you familiar with Daz? How far is that gonna be? How different is Daz gonna be from what you heard on Snoop's album? Daz is not gonna be much different. I'm a Daz. Hey, I'm a Daz Dillinger guy. You know what I mean? Shout
hey,
out to
hey,
that.
Bodie, old Bodie, do you think it was trash or just depressing? Like straight up, do you think it was trash or do you think that the album was just depressing?
I think. You're asking Boldy.
Yeah,
To me,
I'm asking old Baldy. I'm asking old Baldy because he said Ray
yeah,
Vaughn album trash. I mean, like I said, it's hard for me to say trash because I do think the album is fine content wise. It's a good album, the stories he telling, but it's depressing. It's a little sad and depressing to kind of listen to.
I mean, I think pound for pound, it probably offers the most this year. But yeah, it's a lot of real life shit on there. So people want escapism from real life when they listen to albums. So if that being the case, they want life is beautiful. They want to feel like for an hour I'm rich. When I listen to this album, I'm rich in my own thoughts. So that they go for the escapism. But pound for pound, Rayvon probably has the most. It's a lot going on with Rayvon. If not, then it's Exhibit. But it's to me, the albums start really picking up around this time. Usually every year, the first half of the year is kind of like, it's really the first quarter. Then it starts picking up, and that's what happened. You know what I mean? So, but I'm judging by the end of this year, though, we're gonna have a totally different list of albums. You know what I mean? So, I'm just waiting. You know what I mean? But
I don't think that any of these albums like are just so solid that they can't be passed up. So it's just
yeah,
this is just the mark. This is just the middle of the year mark. These are the albums that I've been enjoying, and that I've picked through. I've listened to so many albums, and everything ain't really been sticking for me. So these are the albums that I feel like they got some
yeah.
meat on the bone. You know what I mean? They
I mean,
got
we
they
just
got some
heard the
songs
clip.
that stick around. They got something that makes me go back and reach back for the albums. A lot of these albums come out, they don't really give you nothing that you really even care about listening to. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you got to do to make the music stick, do that. Whether you got to bar up, be lyrically spectacular, whatever you got to do, just make music that sticks to the ribs, and I'm gonna show you
I
love. So shout
I
out
don't
to
know
shout
if
out to
it's
these.
possible. Now, the whole thing with that is I don't know if it's possible to make music that sticks to the ribs in 2025. That's me. Now, I'm pleased somebody prove me wrong. I don't know if that's possible anymore.
Hey,
Based on it's because
Munyon Canyon is stuck to my ribs, man.
there
Munyon Canyon is stuck to my ribs.
there's
It's
literally like
LLC. It's LLC for me.
there's a million people on in this space now. So if you make something that's going to stick to the majority of all these people that are in this space, great. But please somebody prove me wrong
Hey,
and make
hey,
something that stick because I don't think that's even possible now at this point. Because
despite my mistakes, with Styles P off the Lloyd Banks album, and the
that's a great album, great album,
Endangered Innocence, them songs they stuck them songs sticking to my ribs. I can
art
see
of
myself
rap
listening to those songs for the year. You know what I mean? So shout out
that
to these
came
guys,
and
man.
went
Like I said, I got to give it to
completely.
them. Wiz album, that's another honorable mention because I know I was gonna get some pushback on that, and I think the album is fire. I just don't. I don't think it's like. I feel like a lot of the songs are kind of the same on the Wiz album. Like I feel
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like the album is like the same songs over and over again on the Wiz album. It's not.
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
love this,
I don't want
but
to
you
be
called it
disrespectful to the album,
Kush and
but
Orange.
I'm not even in love with a lot of the production on the album. But it's definitely a dope album.
No.
It's an honorable mention for me, but it just didn't make my top five.
Wiz called his album Kush and Orange Juice 2. So you're immediately making me compare it to part one. Now you want me to compare that to part one? How? How am I gonna do that? So I mean, again, love you, Wiz Khalifa, because I'm really a Wiz Khalifa head. But it's no way that part two is comparable to. Maybe that's a nostalgia thing, which it possibly could be. But it's too chill. You had a little bit of aggression on part one. You did. You had a little bit of let me get aggressive sometimes and show. You know what I mean? To just chill for the whole hour of chilling is like, bruh, that's a lot of chilling. You know what I'm saying? Chilling for the whole hour. The album's like an hour and a half or something. It's something crazy. I'm chilling the whole time though. It's like that's kind of tough, my
Hey,
brother. It's kind of
hey,
tough.
it's just one of them albums, man. It's one of them albums that you just gotta be in that mode. And when you know,
Yeah, I know what mode you talking about, Wiz Khalifa. I know the mode you want me to be in. You know what I'm saying? But that's only if I'm in that mode. If I'm not in that mode, I need some variety. Yeah, sorry.
no, but his album was definitely dope. You know what I mean? I think it's dope. It just ain't
Yeah.
make my top five. That's all. That's all
I
I'm
mean,
saying. I mean, I ain't got nothing negative to say about it.
let me get to the super chats real quick. Lord Chai with the super chat says, "Wiz, we act. Wiz, I might. Snoop, is it a crime? Exhibit, shut your mouth. 2 Chainz featuring Ron Isley. Propane, come dine."
I ain't mad at
I think those are his songs of the year.
Oh, okay.
Lord Chai with the super chat says, "Exhibit, Wiz, crime, Bud, and women."
Nigga, use a comma. Put a damn
that.
comma somewhere.
Yeah. Right. I know what you
Nah.
mean. Yeah.
All
But I
right.
mean, them
Well,
album Exhibit album, Did It Stick? That's a strong album. Did it stick? See what I'm saying? Like you could put something out here extremely strong and 24 hours later, you know what I'm saying? It's like, wow. So
I mean, shout out to Exhibit. I mean, his album. I think his album was pretty decent too. But I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. Exhibit is another guy. I can't listen to Exhibit that long. His voice and the way his style and sound, it's not full album type of listening.
Now,
But it got some
Exhibit,
dope songs on there. But I just far as enjoying a full album of Exhibit, can't really listen to a full album of Exhibit. I
he's
just
in.
can't. I
He
never
went
really
in a.
have been.
He went in kind of like a bop type of bag too, and that's like Exhibit. Get with Alchemist because we just talked about Alchemist and 40 Days and 40 Nights Part Two, and get in that bag and watch how Alchemist comes out of shell. Okay, you get in that bag, Alchemist gonna be a different individual. He gonna be different.
All
He
right.
gonna be different.
All right.
Yeah,
So y'all cooked up on what's already happened in the
yeah.
first 6 months of 2025. Now I'm about to give y'all some my predictions what's gonna happen in the next 6 months. So we know
Nah,
it was announced last week that well, let me start with Mass Appeal. Mass Appeal had an announcement that Nas and Primo should be coming this year. The highly anticipated collaboration album between Nas and Primo. I do know that Rock Marciano and DJ Premier have an album coming out as well. We also know that Alchemist has several projects coming out. He's got one with Big Sean that should be out this year. He also has one with Mos Def that should be out this year. So he's got that. And I think Alchemist may come out with another solo album as well. Two Chains, I think, will come out with another CD this year. I think he said he has two
right.
CDs that may come out before the end of the year, in addition to what he did with Larry June and Alchemist. So that might be three for Chains in a matter of months, right?
Nah.
DMX has a posthumous album that's coming out, so we're looking forward to that. Um, I don't
Hey,
really
I heard.
know what to expect with DMX. You know what I'm saying? You want to say something, Super?
Did, did you hear that song that they dropped with him and Joyner Lucas?
I have not. How was it?
I posted it in the group chat too. That it was pretty dope though. I thought it was all right. I mean,
Okay, okay, we're gonna check
it's
that
not the
out.
it's not the best DMX verse, but it's not bad though. I mean, I thought it
Right.
was pretty straight on there. And Joyner Lucas kind of went ham on there.
Right, right. So we got Slick Rick coming out. You know, Slick Rick album's coming, his first album in 25 years. We got De La Soul about to drop. We got Mobb Deep with a record that's gonna come out this year. A posthumous appearance by Prodigy. So we're excited about that. I think Alchemist has his hands on that record as well. Him and Havoc gonna be working on that. So we're excited about that. JID
Yeah.
is cooking. JID is gonna come out this year. I think Lotto might spin the block. I think Glow might spin the block and drop something
You
again this year.
stop with this lotto if you don't
Yeah,
stop.
I will never stop with that. I hope my wife's not watching. I'll never stop with that. I'll never ever. Anyway. Uh, we know Ye
Right.
has announced that Bully will come out. I know Bully had came out months ago on YouTube, but I think he's gonna have an official release of Bully coming up. So that will be
That's
coming.
crack.
I think he said it comes out June 15th. We hear that Travis Scott and Future are making an album. You know what I'm saying? I heard that Young Thug and ASAP Rocky got a project maybe coming. ASAP Young Thug's had his own project that's coming. ASAP, if he not on those Vogue fashion covers or taking photos with his wife, which is no problem at all. You know, do your thing. But I don't know, man. I don't know if the
Is
ASAP Rocky coming or
is
not.
he supposed to turn down magazine covers? Who
Man,
gets a
it's about the
phone
music.
call?
I nobody care about that, man. We care about
Who
this
gets a
music,
phone
man.
call and says, "No, I don't want that"? Who
We
does
care
that?
we care about this music. We care about this music.
ASAP will probably have a better album than about 95% of these people. Just to
Well,
be
we don't
honest,
know that.
Hey,
What evidence do we have of that, Leroy?
the
hey,
evidence we
those
have
those
is he takes very long periods of time to pick songs. So don't think he don't have them. He's gonna take 5 years to pick them songs.
If
But
we
his it's
if,
not even about rhymes. It's not about rhymes for ASAP Rocky. It's about beats. And if he
man,
comes with dope beats, it's a rap. His albums are about the beats. It's not about
them last records he had ain't sticking. Go ahead, Super.
hey don't I was gonna say let's not count out um Benny the Butcher. Benny the Butcher sound like he working on something too, and
Yeah, yeah.
I think
Benny working on
his
something.
yeah, because he been doing some features and everything that he been putting out been pretty dope lately.
Ben,
All his features been pretty hot, so don't
yeah,
sleep on
Benny
Benny.
Benny working on something. Oh, I got to remiss. And was it right in our face? Carter 6 drops on Friday. So Carter's dropping on Friday. And now I'm going to get to some wild takes, right? I'm going to get to some wild takes. Y'all ready for these
What
wild
happened to
takes?
Supreme Clientele too? What happened to Supreme
Yeah. Oh,
Clientele?
Raekwon is dropping. Raekwon is dropping. There have been
Is it?
rumblings. He's on the Mass Appeal lineup. There have been rumblings of Supreme Clientele coming out. I think the first version of Supreme Clientele was produced by Kanye. I don't know if that's happening anymore. So maybe a new version, of that. So that's coming out. So let's get to the hot takes real quick, and I got some predictions to make. I do believe that the fall off will be here in the fall. I think that might be one of the records that we will listen to. And I think it may be a candidate. This is my prediction. It may be a candidate of album of the year when it's all said and done. The fall off is coming.
But why do people what is it about J. Cole? Because I'm lost. I've been this way. What is it about J. Cole that makes people think his albums are so superior to everybody else? Because I don't know. I don't
Well, I don't
know.
know about all that, but I know that he's gonna have one of the most anticipated albums of the year when it drops, and everybody will be checking for it. That I do know. So,
I mean,
and
okay.
I predict that it'll be a dope album. He's been claiming, he was talking about it for damn near 5 years now. I think this album will be that one. Another crazy take. I don't care if y'all cuss me out in the comments, but I think it's gonna get real cold when that boy from Canada drop his album. I think
Who? What boy from Canada?
I think y'all
What
been
boy?
counting out the Iceman. You've been counting. I know, super, that upsets you, but I
But
understand
we
that
know
upsets you.
he's gonna sing love ballads. That's a
Oh, I don't
fact.
care what he's saying. He gonna have one of them records this year.
But
Now it
you
may not be.
excited?
Man, I
It may
thought
You
I
not.
thought we
excited
was
for
talking
love?
about hip hop.
It
I
may
thought we
not
was
be my
talking
Come
about
cup
hip
of
on.
hop.
tea. It may not be my cup of tea. But he gonna give you.
But
He gonna give you
then
a
why are you
record.
talking about what's
I'm
not your
talking
cup of
because
tea?
I'm talking
We
about it because for 15 years this man been holding the game, and the South been repping this dude as we talked about it, and so I'm not going to just say now he ain't relevant and not mention him on the platform because he
well,
did
but
some.
he ain't holding nothing hip hop down on my side of hip hop. He's holding
Well,
down.
I'm done with Drake
If you
regardless.
like
So
R and
well,
B, he's
well,
holding down R&B for love songs.
well.
hey,
What hip hop did Drake hold down? Like where, when, where was I at when
We
he was
already
out here?
ran it down. We already ran it down. All the artists in the South that he worked with, we already ran it down. We already ran
Yeah,
it down.
but I mean, again though, man,
I ain't gonna hate on him. I ain't gonna hate on the man. I'm just gonna
what
tell
we
the
call the
truth.
streets is not the streets. Them songs is
Hey
made in
man,
corporate offices.
I'm
Like
just
what
the
are we?
messenger. I'm just the messenger, man. I'm just the messenger, man. When the
All
record
right,
come out, it's gonna do what it do, and it
I'm
is
not
what it
mad
is.
at Drake,
I don't have to
but
like it. I don't have to
Drake
like
is
it.
gonna see that what moves the
I don't have
needle.
to
He's gonna
listen
do
to
his
it.
metric. I know,
I'm
but
just telling
why are
you
you talking about what you don't
because
even
it'll
like?
be
Like you don't even
irresponsible.
like
It'll be
his music.
irresponsible of any hip hop platform to talk about what's coming out in the next 6 months and not mention that man dropping his album.
I think
That's
we
just the
need to
truth.
start.
hey,
I think we need to
I
stop
told
talking about
y'all,
music we don't.
man, I'm not even
People
listening
talk
to
about
Drake when
music
he
they
drop.
don't like. Like
I will not even
imagine,
be reviewing Drake's
imagine
album. I'm
it's
done
not
with Drake,
just you, Ron. It's not just you, Ron. A lot of people in this spaces, be honest, this
bro.
is me. This is
I,
me. A lot of y'all in this spaces, you talk about albums you don't like. You talk about artists that you don't like. At this point, how long are we gonna keep faking? Because I know that y'all don't like these
I'm
artists.
not saying I like the albums. I'm just saying he gonna have one of the biggest releases of the year.
man,
That's what
hey,
I'm saying.
I'm gonna say what I said way back when this shit first happened. We done with Drake, boss. I ain't reviewing Drake albums. He is like what we talk about standing on morals and principles and standards. This dude did everything counter hip hop. He's suing over beats. Like what more do he have to do for us to be done with him? I mean,
I don't
I'm
expect him
just
to stand up.
I'm personally done with Drake. I can't forgive him. I'm not listening to the album. Whenever it come out, I'm gonna let y'all review it. I'm just gonna sit back and chill and look out the window or something because I'm not listening to Drake anymore. He's done. He's excommunicated. He's not hip hop. He don't even exist. He don't exist. Like I said, he
I'm
coming to
saying this
America. He's
for
coming to America
15
too,
years.
man. It never happened. He don't even exist.
For
So
I
15
can't
he
rock
don't
years,
with you
exist to
on it.
me.
I
he's
understand that,
been
super.
singing love ballads. This is what we're all excited about.
Ain't nobody
I
saying. I'm not saying I'm anybody excited. I'm saying when this album come out, it's gonna do
all
what
right.
it
That's
do.
great.
And that's just
I
the
I,
fact.
I applaud it.
That's just the fact
But
of the matter.
the
And we
reason
may
why
not
it's
have
gonna
to
do
like
what
it.
it
We may
do,
not respect it, but it's going to do what it do. It's going to be on these
okay,
lists at the
so
end of the year.
but
And I'm
what does
just
that
telling you what it
mean?
is.
What does do what it do even means? It means that a lot of females like singing to your songs, and that's fine. I'm great that it does what it does, but what he's gonna do is check his data and his metrics, and it's gonna show a huge influx of people that listen to him when he sings. So he's gonna take that information and then go sing. I'm not mad at it, but we
I
know
mean,
Hey,
that's what he's
I don't think that his female fans is going anywhere. The females still gonna love Drake as long as he still cater to them
that's
and do what he do. They gonna do what I mean. It is what it is as far as that. I mean, yeah, I'm sure he's gonna still go platinum. He's gonna still put up numbers. He's Drake. Whoop de do. Still never cared
again,
about the
so
music.
I'm not mad at
You
it.
know.
I'm not
so I,
mad.
and again, it's gonna do what it do, man. And I think all that talk, it's not my cup of tea. I'm not a fan like that. But to say that he was done or he's Ja ruled is just not true. We gotta
No,
speak some facts.
Well,
he's done.
he should
He's done.
definitely be done. If we standing
He's
on
done.
any type of hardcore
He's
hip
done.
hop principles,
Yeah,
if Drake
he's done.
still got any male friends or male fans after this, if you a man and you still fucking with Drake after the lawsuit and after the all this shit that he
But
been
let's
doing,
keep it a buck.
if you still standing by Drake after this, then you like I don't know,
Nobody ever no
you ain't got no standards
the
as
male
far as
fans
I'm saying.
the male fans never really stood next to Drake. They only listen to Drake's song when they with their women.
No,
Yeah,
I like
so
Drake.
They
When Drake came out,
nobody
I
the
thought he was
male
dope.
he never really had male fans like that. Nobody
I
they
thought
go
Drake
people
was
listen to
fire.
Drake when they outside the clubs with their ladies and they watching the females react to his music. He
But
never had them.
I gotta
He never
disagree. I
had them
gotta
super to
disagree,
lose.
Vaughn.
He never had
I
them.
gotta
He never had
disagree.
male fans to
When I
lose from the
first
beginning.
heard Drake, I thought he was a dope rapper. I'm gonna keep it a
He
buck
never had
because
male fans to lose, man. He never had male fans like that to lose.
when he first
Nobody's
came
out
out,
here checking for
he
Drake like that.
sounded
It
like
was
Little
female.
Brother, Elzai. He sounded like a backpacker. So when I heard that, I thought bro was dope. Like he could really rap. And then so every time an album is about to drop, for years, I'm talking about the early 2010s, I'm thinking to myself, all right, Drake's about to rap. That's what I used to think when I used to see, oh, Drake's got an album coming, he's about to rap. And then when I get the album, he's singing. So then the next album comes around, the same thing. So I got tired of waiting for the raps because you give me like a few raps and then a bunch of singing. It's like, come on, bro. I'm not into that like that. If I want R&B, I'll go find R&B guy. But I need you to rap. And so I'm not mad at anything else, but the fact that he don't really rap, I'm just over it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm waiting on Documentary 3. I'm waiting on T.I.'s double album. Okay, I'm waiting on the Clipse, ASAP Rocky, and even Cam and Mace. You know what I mean? But Drake, you gotta rap, my guy. You have to rap. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
hey, I got an announcement to make. Since Hip Hop Talks wants to spam, I gave y'all a final warning the last time y'all tried to do that, right? I said I was gonna call my people at the YouTube office in New York. They're gonna have your page removed. It'll take about a couple weeks, but now your page will be gone in a couple weeks. So I tried to warn your cats, stop doing that lame shit, but I had to call the folk. I hate to do that. I had to pull a drizzy. I had to pull a drizzy and call the
I'm
folk.
not mad at Drizzy
But
because
but
Drizzy is a
but
business guy.
but the page your page is gonna be taken down in 2 weeks. So as when they open up the Monday, they get back in the office. I'll call my man in the office tomorrow. He'll put the proper situations together. So I hope the spam was worth it. Shout out to Hip Hop Talks.
Let him live.
Go check them out because they're only gonna be up for 2 more weeks. Their page gonna be gone, but they have to start a new page. But it is what it is. But back to my list, man. The game is coming out. Documentary 3. And that's it. And from a movie perspective, talking about movies, the big movies, Avatar come out, the new Superman movie drop, you know what I mean? The F1 movie with the racing movie with Brad Pitt, that looked pretty dope.
That'd be fire.
I want to check out Mission Impossible. Um, that's about it. I think Kendrick got a movie coming out where he play like a museum worker that's dating a white lady, and he finds out the white lady's parents used to own his people from the folks from South Park. That should be dope. That should be interesting. I think that comes out on Amazon Prime. Uh, but that's about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the movie. I mean, 2025 is gonna be. It's gonna end up dope. I think Buffalo gonna win the Super Bowl. I think. I think OKC gonna win the championship. I think the Dodgers gonna win the World Series. I mean, it's gonna be. I think the Georgia Bulldogs gonna win the college joint. You know, I mean, and I think Canelo gonna beat Crawford. So I think that's what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? 2025.
My whole thing is the stuff that does numbers, that's great, but not everybody has to do numbers. If your album's dope and it's not platinum, that's okay. If your album's dope and it's not gold, it's not the biggest thing ever, just give me dope. I don't need you to be the most popular anymore cuz that's corporate, man. And I'm not against the corporate, but I know you're there. I know businesses, corporations are behind these big guys. I know that. I know. So, just give me dope. You
I
know what
mean,
I
it
mean?
don't matter if the corporations are behind them or not. I mean,
It,
people
it
going people
matters.
going
It matters.
it don't really matter that much. People gonna play what they want to like. They're gonna play what they like. So it is
You,
what it
you
is as
think you
far
are.
as like,
You think you are.
yeah. Well, I mean,
The
I know what I'm
influence,
thinking. I mean,
the
I don't know.
influence of
I don't
fame,
know who. I don't know who backing Bodie like that. But when I get in my car, I play Bodie James. I play Rock
the
Marcy.
the influence of
I play the
hundreds
shit that
of
I want to
millions of
hear.
dollars,
So
the influence of hundreds of millions of dollars on TV and radio and the internet. When you go to the internet, you think that all these things pull up because that's what you like. It's an algorithm behind that. But I mean, hey, you know what I mean? But fame is a strong drug. Trust me. Fame is a strong drug. You know what I mean? But I'm not mad at the corporations like that. I'm just saying that they do play a role because it's no way that we get the same guys every year if it was just organic. That's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. The same guys every year, and that's organically happening? Hell nah. But I love this game though, man. We're gonna get it going.
Y'all
The
excited about that?
movies,
Y'all
I'll make
excited
a
about
new Batman.
Avatar? New
No.
Batman.
I'm
Make
not
yeah,
excited for Superman. I'm not excited for Avatar. I don't care for none of the
How
movies.
about
I ain't gonna
F1? How
lie.
about the F1 movie? The F1 movie looked good. The racing
Which
movie.
one is what's that?
That's the movie with Brad Pitt, the racing movie with the brother. The brother's supposed to be the young racer, and Brad
that
Pitt's
might be
supposed to be the
fire. That might
he's
be
supposed to be
fire.
the
Yeah.
OG. It's like a racing movie about the F1 Formula Racing Series.
Formula One, yeah. That might be
What?
They
fire.
say it's like Top Gun, but like racing. You know what I mean?
I don't. And you know what? I mean, I'm gonna say something right now. I don't know if it's controversial or not, but I think Superman is trash. Why do they even keep making Superman movies? I do not get it. I
Yeah,
think
Man,
but
Superman.
hey,
that's the
I,
challenge.
I,
The,
I
the
do not.
challenge
I
is
can't stand Superman, man. I think Superman is like is trash as hell. Like he only saved rich people. He never. You ain't never seen Superman save nobody black except Richard Pryor.
no, well, yeah, but that's the challenge though. It's because
And his villains suck. All his villains is
Superman is
trash
the
except for
hardest movie.
Darkseid. But he battling with Lex Luthor and all these little dudes. Like
That's
the villains in Superman is trash.
General
Like
Zod,
the
General
villains is
Zod, General
trash.
Zod was dope. You like General Zod?
And Superman villains is trash, B.
but
I like, I like, I,
that's
I'm
why
sorry.
because it's hard to make
I
a
like Man of Steel. Man of Steel was a dope movie,
balance.
man.
You know
Yeah,
what I
I'm not a
mean?
fan of Superman, man. I do not
They
like
they,
Superman. Give me,
they gotta make
I'm choosing Batman movies and Batman all day over Superman. Superman is just trash. And then he always forget how to use his damn powers. It's like Superman can do everything. He can fly fast. He got laser eyes. He can blow cold ass wind. He never do nothing when he's supposed to do it.
But
Superman
that's
trash,
the
man.
challenge. That's the challenge right there. I mean,
Superman
he,
is
he's
trash.
up against he's up against other aliens though. So when his powers against other aliens from his same
He
planet
always forget
is
what he can
equal power.
do. He never
Is
do what
equal
he's
power.
supposed to do when he's supposed to do it. He always forget that he can do some shit.
That's
He
the
never do.
challenge.
I don't think he forget. He's trying to hold back because if he unleash his
Man,
power, he gonna destroy the whole joint.
this dude can fly at the speed of a bullet, but he always falling for a nigga holding some kryptonite. Like, why you ain't
Yeah,
just get out the
that
way?
that
Like he got laser eyes, X-ray vision, all that. He don't never know that the damn kryptonite there or don't know. Come on, man. Superman trash, man. He never
nah.
uses powers right.
All right, so
He don't never
Superman,
do shit what he's supposed to do.
But but but
who your
the
top
same
five
challenge
heroes then?
exists for Batman because Batman doesn't have no special powers. So that's challenging to make a superhero with no powers. So it's the same kind of it's a
He
challenge to
got
make those
every
things.
power, but never used none of the powers when he's supposed to do it.
Who your
I got
top?
you.
Hey, Leroy, Super. Let's start with Leroy. I'm gonna let Super you cook. Who are your top
Right.
five superheroes, man?
Sheesh. I mean, first of all, I'm gonna have to go Batman because it's Batman. I mean, come on now. He got to use his brain. You know what I mean? So that is crazy. Wolverine. I'm from that era. Um, you know, I wanted to throw a Transformer in there, but I'll go Wolverine. I'll go Spider Man, of course. Spider Man. I'll go Iron Man, of course, and I'll go Incredible Hulk. I mean, these are the foundational legends. You know what I mean? What
Okay.
else is
Super, who
it?
you got,
Hey,
bro?
I'm a super villain, man. I'm not really into the heroes like that.
There
So
you
I'm
go.
a super villain,
Villain.
man. So my heroes is Doctor Doom, Magneto. I mean,
Magneto.
I throw a superhero in there. I mean, you gotta have Batman in there. I think
You
Batman's
got
dope anyway. You know what I mean? You gotta have Batman in there, and Juggernaut. That's another one of my favorites.
fire.
And I'm gonna go with I mean, everybody got Wolverine in there, so I'm not even gonna say Wolverine. I'm gonna go with
Logan. Logan.
I'll say for my last spot, I'm going with Apocalypse, man. Apocalypse is my last superhero.
All right, Apocalypse. All right, I'm gonna hit y'all with this. I'm gonna say I got Wolverine, no particular order. Well, I got Batman number one. Batman's number one. Uh, favorite movie is 1989 Batman with Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson. I like Batman Begins was dope. The Dark Knight, I thought the Dark Knight was dope, but I thought it was kind of overrated. I think the Joker, Heath Ledger did a good job, but I think the end was it didn't really end right. Dark Knight Rises with Bane, I thought Bane was cool. Bane was
Bane. I was
Bane,
molded by it.
yeah, Bane was a good
My
villain.
favorite
You know what I'm
villain right
saying?
here.
You know what I'm saying? Who's that?
This is,
That's Megatron, ain't it?
Megatron, man.
Oh,
This
Megatron,
Megatron.
Megatron.
Now
Yeah,
he may be a little silly at times, but Megatron he turned into the gun. You
right,
see what I'm saying? And see the gun that's the original deadly instrument, or he
right.
could turn into a jet. So this is about decision making. What you want to be, the gun or the jet?
Right, right. Batman Returns, OG Batman Returns with Danny DeVito and Michelle
Megatron.
Pfeiffer as Catwoman. That's an underrated movie. It's kind of like a Christmas movie. I think it was set during Christmas. Low key underrated movie. The new Batman with my man from Twilight was cool. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was all right. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of slow. But I thought that, and I thought a lot of people. This might be a hot take. I thought Ben Affleck should have had his own Batman movie. I don't think he was that bad as Batman. You know what I'm saying? I really
Because
don't. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
mean,
mean,
it
I
would have
think
been cool, but it's Ben Affleck. We're gonna see him a certain way. Like that's all. Like it's hard to pick a good Batman character. It just is.
I don't think he was bad in it though.
I
No,
really think all the Batmans was pretty dope except for Val
George Clooney.
Kilmore. I think
I don't think George
yeah,
Clooney was that good.
I didn't really like George Clooney like that either though. Val Kilmore and George Clooney they was the two worst Batmans. But
Right.
Christian Bale did a pretty nice job,
He
and
did.
Jack Nicholson, not Jack Nicholson, but Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton did a good
He
job.
bodied that back then.
He
So
Michael
bodied that.
Keaton
So
was
I
the
got.
one.
So I had Wolverine. I got Batman's number one. I'm gonna go with Blade. I like Blade. You know what I'm saying? Blade really, you know what I'm saying? OG Blade is a dope
That's the
superhero.
one they need to
The
make if you think about it.
the
To would save
Daywalker.
the whole superhero movie. He made the superhero movies cool. First of all, was Blade One. To make this superhero thing really shoot through the roof, y'all gotta make Blade 2, man. You just have to. Or the new Blade. Sorry, it ain't
Right.
Blade 2. You have to make that. If y'all think that T'Challa turned this superhero world up with Black Panther, imagine what Blade is going to do.
I got two more. I got two more. It's gonna be controversial, but it's cool. So I got Wolverine, Blade, Batman. I'm gonna say Thor. I'm gonna say Thor.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
say
can't
Thor.
rock.
You
I
know why I'm
can't
gonna say
rock.
Thor?
I can't.
I'm gonna say Thor because it's kind of like kind of it's mythology. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like
Okay, all right.
he's trying to struggle on Earth. It's kind of he got a complicated story. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
over Iron Man though. Come on,
And
bro.
I got Iron Man as number five. I got Iron Man as number five. Man, that's my
Uh,
five, man. Yeah.
I
uh,
look at Iron Man and Batman is like the same dude. Shit, they exactly the same. They
basically,
just rich. They just
basic,
rich and can pay for whatever they want.
basically.
Y'all don't like Thor? Y'all don't like Thor?
Nah,
I
I don't.
don't
I
like
can't
Thor.
fuck with Thor, man.
I ain't big
It
on
could.
Thor
I
either.
mean, it's not all his fault because it's just his movies be bad too, though. You know what I
His
mean? So
movies ain't that bad, man. His movies ain't that
nah,
bad,
his
man. Y'all
movie
tripping,
bad,
man.
bro.
Hey,
His
hey, hey!
movie.
Shout out to Incredible Hulk too, man. I mean, I used to love the Incredible Hulk, especially when I was a kid. I used to think I was the damn Incredible Hulk for real. So,
Yeah,
shout out to Incredible Hulk too, man.
Man, black
incredible.
superheroes, man. Let's make it black. Black superheroes, man. Who you I got? I got Bishop.
I
I
mean,
got Blade,
we
Black
got two.
Panther. I got Luke Cage, and I got
It gotta be Blade, man. Until I get Blade,
and
I don't want
Storm,
to.
and Storm, and Storm.
I
It's
don't want to
five.
hear nothing
That's a good
until
list.
I get Blade. Y'all that sleeping on not y'all, but the Marvel, y'all are if y'all don't finish this Blade movie, you cutting your own arm off. You cutting your own.
Hey,
It's too bad it's not gonna be Wesley Snipes, but you know.
my favorite supervillain hero is Killmonger. For as far as black heroes, that's my hero, man. Killmonger was my hero.
He, he
So
did that.
shout out to Killmonger. That's the only one I'm even gonna give. That's my number one hero villain.
Spawn. Now, if they made a Spawn movie, right, that wasn't corny, Spawn would be kind of fire. The problem is that original Spawn movie was so corny that it completely threw off any chance of a real Spawn movie. If
There
they
was talks that Jamie Foxx was supposed to be was going to do Spawn, but I think that fell apart when he got sick.
I don't
I
even
could,
like why when they got what's the name right there. He should just go ahead and be Spawn still. What's dude's name?
Michael J. White.
yeah, yeah,
Yes, he should still be Spawn.
man,
He should
they
still
they
be Spawn.
something with
He
Spawn.
did great in the first one. I mean, I don't see why they even need to change it. He still look in shape. He still can play the role. I think he should be Spawn still.
What it is they try to put too much effect on the hell part, like oh he went to hell, blah blah blah. But you ain't even got to do a whole bunch of hell stuff. You could just say he went to hell. That's enough right there. You don't have to make whole scenes of him in hell and having conversations with the devil, blah blah blah. You could just say he went to hell and came back. They'll get the point from there. That's all you got to say. You know what I'm saying? Don't overdo it. Like, don't overthink it. Just say
I
he
think
went
the
to hell.
best
Okay, you know what I mean?
I think the best done Marvel movies have been like the Spider Mans. I think like the first original ones, the Toby what's his name, Toby
Yeah,
Maguire or
McGuire.
whatever. I think those were done right, and the Iron Mans, like maybe the first two, three Iron Mans were done right. I'm not really a big fan of any of the X-Men movies like that. I think they didn't execute them properly, as far as like going with the comics and just I don't know. They didn't do it for me. And I'm not even really a big fan of them Avenger movies like that. I think they all right, they cool, but I still think they could have been done a little better. So
I
I
mean,
don't know.
we gonna see
Let's
they
see.
still out there. They gonna still, but I'm not gonna front. I am gonna go see Superman. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? Just it's Superman. It's the original guy. You know what I'm saying? It's him. So
Hey,
I got.
to me, man, the heroes is always the bad guys. Like the X-Men are the bad guys, man. The X-Men are really the bad guys.
How the X Men?
They
How Professor X the bad guy?
they the bad guys. He trying to hold down the status quo. They hating on the mutants. They trying to exterminate them, kill them, poison them, do all
Right.
this stuff to him, and he pleading for the status quo. And you know what I mean. So I'm always down with Magneto now and Mystique now and Sabretooth now. Like I think the X-Men is some sellouts, man, for real.
Nito's crazy.
That's a good
But
point. That's a good point. That's a good point, Leroy. That's a good point, Super. That's a good point.
I don't know though, but the X-Men are the good guys though. I see what he's saying, but the X-Men is the good guys. Come on, man. I see the point, but they the good guys though,
Hey,
man.
the X-Men should have made the humans bow down because they the ones that was dirty.
Yeah, 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 but and they don't want to they don't want to start World War III, you know what I'm saying? But we gonna see. In this world, the rappers are the X-Men. So you can't just come out here and say I'm an X-Men. You gotta show some powers, like use some powers. That's all I'm saying. Like the rap albums coming out now, the ones where the rappers are just chilling, I get it. I like to chill. but I need some aggression. Can y'all get a little aggressive on the, you know what I mean, on the
I just think
microphone?
that with these movies too, they do a bad job with the supervillain. Like they don't give enough credit to the supervillain, or they come out with like a villain that ain't nothing. Like I don't like the way that they did Apocalypse in the X-Men movies, and I didn't like even like how they did Ultron in the Avengers movie. Like Ultron is a beast, and like they kind of made him like goofy and dumb, and you know what I mean. Like they didn't execute it properly to me. So that's like, I think they did a good job with Thanos. You know what I mean? I think they did a good job with Thanos as far as executing him as the villain. But other than Magneto and
Crazy.
Thanos, I don't think the X-Men have done a good job with the villains, or even like Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man, other than when they picked the Green Goblin,
The
I didn't
Goblin.
understand why they picked. Yeah, why did they pick Sandman, and why did they, like I kind of didn't understand like some of the villains that they did pick. It's like, why y'all picking this dude? You know what I mean? So I think that they can do a better job of more sticking to the comics and doing a better job of executing the villains. You know what I'm saying? Because the villains got fan base out here too. So I think it'd be better to tell a little bit more of the story of the villain and
That's the
stick more
next
to the
next
comic books, man.
Batman.
The comic books are why they here. You know what I mean? So if they
Right.
stick more to the comic books, they can
Stick
go
to the
back to
comic.
being fire ass movies and
That's what I
stop
would
trying
do.
to
I
be,
stick to the comic book.
send some type of special message.
But the next Batman, if don't throw the Joker out for part two. I know that's what y'all want to do. Throw Harvey Dent out. Put Harvey or and pick a different villain and save Joker for the third one. That's just you know what I mean. If there's any DC heads, you know what I mean, that they not watching, but don't throw the
That's a good idea, Leroy. They could pull somebody else out.
pull
Whole
somebody else.
I think
And,
the
right,
owl
save the Joker.
the Council of Owls or something like that supposed to be the
Whoever.
villains in the next one. What y'all think about the Joker movies before we move on? I thought the Joker movies were weird.
The
I
first
like the
one was
first one.
pretty good, but I mean, the first one is about some real I hate it's some real mental health issues going on there, and that's why the movie did good because people could see the character and then be like, yeah, that's real life. There's some people really like that. So I mean, that's the sad part, you know what I mean? But part two they destroyed it. By part two, it had complete. You made it a musical. Why would y'all make it a musical when the first one wasn't a musical? I don't get it. So I think that's where y'all messed up at. Y'all should have just kept it the way it was and just left it. Why you make it a musical? Why? You know what I mean? The first one's not a
I mean,
musical.
I think that they just made a mistake with going too far, like trying to undo
Mhm.
what they felt like they did, and they felt like they might have been glorifying a madman or whatever,
Okay,
and so they tried to undo what they did, but they really just ruined their franchise. Is what they did.
got it.
It was a bad
Yeah,
idea, and the movie was trash. It didn't do the Joker no justice, and it actually made DC look trash for real right now. And like that's what I'm saying. Like that's always been my knock on DC. I like comics. I've always been into comics, but DC they villains is trash, and their
yeah.
heroes is trash.
Don't
Hey,
change it.
dog, Flash is trash. Flash is trash. I'm saying it right now. Flash is trash.
Yeah, yeah. They try to make
Aquaman is
stuff too.
trash. I'll
I
give it
kind
to
of like
Wonder
that
Woman.
first Aquaman. The first Aquaman, I kind of rock with that one. The first one, the second one, nah. But it's like I get it though, because they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. If they don't go far enough, people going to say you could have went further. If they stop too short, so it's like they're damned if they do, damned. And with these dang lists, anytime you go over 25, stop doing that because you're gonna mess it up. Keep these lists at 25. Don't
So
go to 50 and
So
100.
this is a good segue. So this is a good segue. If you're not following us on X, make sure you go to the Recording Hip Hop X channel and subscribe to us or follow us on X. We're gonna have some exclusive content coming to X in the coming days. But Complex put out a list last week. The 50 best rappers of all time in LA. Uh Quick run through. You got Blue is number 49, G Perico 48, OGC 27, Crooked Eye 46, Evidence 45, Everlast 44, Ab Soul. Thought he was kind of low. at 43. Will I Am 42, Lady of Rage 41, Coolio 40, Fat Lip 39, Cam at 38, Mac 10 at 37, Tash 36, Murs 35, Dub C 34, Ross Roscos 33,
Rascast.
Rascast 33,
Yeah.
Asalone 32, Yo Yo 31. Shout out to Yo Yo.
AC
03,
alone. Come on. AC alone is a legend. He's just not popular, but y'all gotta know. And stop saying Tash and without saying the alcoholics, people. You
right,
always separate Tash from the alcoholic. Not you, Ron. But when people make lists, they put Tash by himself. Tash is a part of a group that put the alcoholics. You just put in Tash. But
right, right. So 30 was OG 03 Greedo, 29 J Rock, 28 Roddy Rich, 27 Daz Dillinger, 26 Doja Cat, 25 Tiger, Draco the Ruler 24, Vince Staples 23, Earl Sweatshirt 22, MC Ren 21, Warren G 20, Dom Kennedy 19, Sugar Free 18, Schoolboy Q 17, King T 16, YG 15, Exhibit 14, 13 Corrupt, MC 812, The Game, and we're gonna get into Game's reaction in a minute. 11 Nipsey Hustle 10, Easy E 9, Be Real 8, 7 Ice T, DJ Quick 6, Tyler the Creator 5. Oh, 4 is Dr. Dre, 3 Cube, Snoop, and number 1 is Kendrick Lamar. Off top,
nah.
I got a problem with this list. I think the
Okay.
game, the game should definitely be top 10. I do think that. So that's my main problem. As a rapper, I don't know if Dr. Dre is top 5 on
Nah.
a rapping perspective. So I think DJ Quick was a better rapper than Dr. Dre. He is a better rapper than Dr. Dre. Uh, I don't know. I think this list has some holes in it. What say you, Super and Leroy, as a West Coast representative? You go last. So what, Super? What's your thoughts on this list before we get into games list?
What? Well, my thoughts on these lists is just I don't even like these lists. I don't like lists based on areas and cities, and I'm not really into that. I think it's a built-in way that we hate on each other in hip hop. Period. I really don't like when they make lists like this. I would prefer just a coast list in general if you was gonna do that. But going by, I mean, like it's confusing because a lot of us, I mean, we listening to music. I mean, I don't. I see somebody said where Jay Worthy at. I think Jay Worthy from the Bay really wrote right. So
No,
they not
he's from LA.
Bay. He from LA.
Yeah,
Well, then
yeah, he
Jay
got to
Worthy.
be. I thought he was from Inglewood.
Yeah, Jay Worthy should be on the list. I mean, like I said, I'm not really into just like separating rappers from where they specifically from, what cities, what town, what borough. I'm not really into that. So I
Right.
mean, if they want to make this list so big, go ahead. I can't really. I'm not gonna argue about it because it can go either way. And I really don't even know. I don't really know where rappers is from like that unless it's just like something that's really
Yeah.
truly highlighted about it. Other than that, I really don't pay attention to where a rapper from. A lot of guys, when you first hear a rapper, first thing that they say is where he from, and that's going to decide if you like it or if you don't like it. And I just don't really play that game really, so I'm not
Right.
into these type of lists by the city. I mean, come on, man, L.A. So I guess, I mean, whatever, but
I
whatever they
mean, it's
decide is
something to
good. So
do.
I'm not mad at the list. Yeah, I ain't mad at the list. It's something to do. It's content, so it's cool. But
Something to
I
do,
just
man.
I think it's just a way that we hate on each other through hip hop by this always want to know what city somebody from. I just think that shouldn't even be a question like that, but it is. So
Right. I mean, well, first thing for me, Blue at 49. That's crazy to me. I mean, all time Blues discography in California, and this is what I'm saying. It's like it's unfortunate that we're waiting for Blue to be famous before we validate if he's actually good. Now that's a shame. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just crazy. Crooked Eye at 46, Evidence at
yeah,
45. If you have not heard Evidence solo albums, bro, these are some of the hardest rap albums that you ever gonna find. They just are like, you know what I mean? Ab Soul at 43, Murs at 35. Birds at 35, Razzcats at 33. It's just kind of crazy. But I'll just make a long story short. Corrupt at 13. If I was game, I would come out and say I'm the greatest West Coast rapper. Period, and I would just stand on it. If I was game, I would come out and just say that. Now, granted, yes, you're going to get all type of backlash, but if I was game, I would line up my discography. I wouldn't explain it or whatever. I would just say bar for bar and album for album, I'm the best West Coast artist,
So
and
let-
just
so
see where it goes from there.
so let's see what his list. He had 100. Um,
100 people game, like,
I mean,
come
I just look at this shit as just like a divide and conquer tactic. This is only something that we only do this in hip hop. I've never seen a list of the greatest rock and roll artists from Seattle versus the Detroit rock, or you know what I mean? Like,
see.
it just don't really happen, man. So I don't. I get it that we chop up and dissect hip hop as much as we can, talk about as much as we can, and sometimes, like I said, this shit is just it goes overboard, and it it's a more of a divide and conquer tactic. And like I said, I mean, a lot of people just as soon as they hear somebody from the West Coast, they be like, "Yeah, I don't listen to the West Coast." Or as soon as they hear somebody from the East Coast, they be like, "Yeah, I don't listen to the East Coast." So they want to ask where you from before they even give you a chance to listen to the music. So
Yeah,
I think that
just
it's just a
I
hating
ain't
tactic. You
I
know?
ain't gonna go. I ain't gonna go through Game's list, but he wrote it in red. Representing his set, and
right,
he
right,
he
right.
got, he got himself at number 5. He has Kendrick above him at 4, Ice Cube at 3, Snoop at 2, and Pac number 1.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at that. You know what I mean? But I think the game
I,
for just the conversation, and he has an album come out. I'd be like, bro, I've been rapping since 2004. It's 2025. I done gave y'all the documentary, Doctor's Advocate, Lax, 1992, all type of shit, Jesus Pieces. Uh, I done gave y'all, all type of shit. The documentary part two. It's like, come on, bro. At this point, I would stand on it. Like, bro, I done gave y'all a lot of dope ass albums, man. That's ridiculous. Like, at this point, you know what I'm
I,
saying?
I, I
hey,
don't think he I don't think he got Dr. Dre on this list either, though.
Okay.
I'll say that I like Game's list a lot more than that other list. I think Game's list is more legit. I mean, at least he had Buddy on the list. I mean, you know what I mean? He had Buddy. I want to say he had J Rock on his list. He added some
Right.
of these guys that we saying where are they at. So I mean, Game's list is a little bit more legit. But like I said, I mean, who really cares? I mean, who cares if they from the L.A., they from the Bay, they from um, Seattle? I don't
That's
really care about that, man. Like I said, that's not that big of
just
a
what
deal to
it
me
is, man.
like that. So.
That's
He
just what it is.
he got I don't think he put Dr. Dre on the list though. That's interesting.
Yeah, he got Dre at number 8.
Number
He got
8.
Dre at number.
Okay, I
Yeah.
see it. I
Dre
see it.
there. Yeah. I mean, it's solid. Peace to all the LA rappers. They definitely have a long legacy of dope MCs, man. It's just sad to me that only one type of MC gets light, and that's if you kind of sound like Snoop Dogg. Like your beats. If your beats kind of sound like what Snoop Dogg would rap to, then you get the light. If not, when there's no light for you. And that's just like, damn, like we got different beats than one type of than G Funk. It's like, it's like the Bay too. Shout out, rest in peace to the Jacka, one of the greatest West Coast rappers. Period. We
No,
only credit for hyphy. That is it. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's it.
no doubt, no doubt,
Okay.
no doubt, no doubt. Well, speaking of light, we were losing light rapidly in the part of the world that Super's in. So we about to end the show tonight
All
on a high
good.
note. Uh Super, any final words of the night, brother?
Hey, my final words is check out the guy Fahim. I can't remember off the top because I forgot to make the
I
notes of it,
find
but he got a nice like LP EP out right now, and it's fire. I like it. It's pretty dope. So shout out to the guy Fahim for the album he dropped. Check out Lil
Mhm.
Tyler, man. Lil Tyler, same. What do you say? He got a song called "Same Year, Different Year, Same Me." I like that joint right now. Another song that I'm kind of liking a little bit just because of the video. I can't remember the name of the song honestly right now, but His name is Benji Bluebills, a young cat. Got a dope video where they kind of
That's a
like I guess
crazy name.
impersonating. Yeah, they kind of impersonating like the Power Rangers, and it's a little goofy, slick, little goofy video, and the song is a bop. So y'all know I get into my young bag sometimes. So shout out to Lil Tyler and Benji Bluebills. So check them out if y'all get the chance to, man.
You with that the God Fahim, you're talking about hyperbolic time chamber.
Yes,
You know what I
yes, dope,
mean?
dope.
Dumb God. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, Fahim is crazy. Yeah, hyperbolic time chamber. Yeah, that I I didn't know y'all knew about that. You know what I'm saying? But there's other chambers in this game. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Other
I told
chambers.
you, Leroy, I'm everywhere in this hip hop, man. I might lean a little
Yeah,
bit more towards the street gangster shit, but that's just
it's
more
all
my
good.
style. But I listen to everything.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
No doubt, no doubt.
Well,
Leroy, final thoughts of the night, brother.
speaking on that, I gotta do it, and people not gonna like when I do this, but I gotta put y'all off on different chambers. Like he just said with the God Fahim, that's not your normal chamber. So go check out Gold Link's album, y'all. Just, if you don't like it, that's fine. You don't gotta like it. I'm just saying, check it out. That's all I said. You know what I'm saying? Check out the Gold Link album, and just it's just something different, man. I'm not gonna say go get the ASAP Rock because your mind is gonna be spinning. But if you definitely check out the Gold Link though. It's just a different bag, and that is rap too. It may sound like it's house and electronic dance music, but he rapping on that. He rapping to that. That's rap. So check it out. You know what I mean?
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. We appreciate everybody tapping in with us tonight. You could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be with us, rocking with us, Super Duper Leroy and Ron, the Weekend Rhyme. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you leave a comment. Let us know who your favorite rappers are. It don't have to be LA. It could be in Atlanta. It could be in Cincinnati. It could be in, I don't know, Cincinnati have rappers though. Maybe Columbus, Cleveland, Milwaukee, New York, Oakland, Houston, Dallas, Miami, Raleigh, Charlotte. Let us know who your favorite MCs. Who should we be checking
Anywhere. It could be
for?
from anywhere.
Atlanta,
Right.
Atlanta. We gonna find some youngins. I might go out tonight, so I can go. I'm gonna go scout me some young talent. You know what I'm saying? So I can dispel this notion that Super got that we ain't putting out no hot rappers. I'm gonna invite them on the platform to spit. I'm gonna do my part to change this
Hey,
narrative.
I
But
keep forgetting. Hey, what's the old girl name? Um, that's the gorilla, like the girl that sounds just like Glorilla, but she
oh,
popping
she
right
was
now.
Flipper T.
Flipper
Flipper
T.
T, Flipper T.
Yeah,
She from the A right now, but she sounds like Glorilla. But shout out to
yeah.
her though, man. I mean, I think it's coincidence. It's more of like a Southern thing. I don't think that it's done on purpose. Like she trying to be not a Megan, but a Glorilla. I don't think she's
Glorilla.
trying to be a Glorilla. I don't think she's trying to be a Glorilla clone. I think it's just coincidence that that they kind of sound like that. But she for the females, I would say that she's a little bit more mature. She's not as ratchet. She's making some inspirational kind of lifestyle rap for the females. So shout out to her, man. I think she's decently dope, man. It's a little ratchet. It's a little bit cool. I don't know if the females out there heard of it or not, but she got a song that's out popping right now. I know I'll be hearing it in the clubs. And the first time that I heard it, I thought it was Glorilla. But I ended up finding out some
Right.
more information about her, and she pretty dope, man. She educated. She's graduated from college, got her master's degree, and a couple of other things. Like I think she got 2 degrees, so she not just no dumb woman. And she out here doing her thing. So shout out to her. I like her little movement, but
I'm gonna
she
shout out Paris
definitely
Mack.
sounds like Glorilla, like a must. She sounds like Glorilla real
She's
hard too. So I
inspired.
would definitely think it.
She's inspired by Glow. But
It
yeah,
sound
man.
different.
Yeah, man. We rocking and rolling, man. So all the haters is spamming. Y'all gonna get your channels will be removed soon, and
I see the Billy
so
Woods.
so
Somebody in the chat. I see the Billy Woods. He fired too.
so so we doing our thing. We appreciate everybody tapping in with us, man. We appreciate you each and every time you hit that like button, you subscribe, or you just tune into what we got to say, man. 2025 is moving at warp speed. We got more ahead. And let us know what y'all checking for. Leave us a comment. We appreciate y'all. Peace.
Salute, salute.
Peace, man.
And
See you
Poets and
next week.
Rhymes, I hope we gave y'all a more entertaining show, Poets and Rhymes. I hope we gave you more entertaining
All
show
right, man.
today. If not, let us
Hey,
know. And we'll make sure
Hey,
we come with it next time. But hope this show
on the
was more
cabin.
entertaining than last show.
and do us a favor. I know we got some harsh critics in the chat. After the show end, come on down, put your list of your top 5 albums, your top 10 songs in the chat. Put me on to something. Like I said,
There
if
you
you
go.
put me on to something, I'm gonna listen to it. I promise. If you tell me something is dope, I promise you, I'm gonna go listen to it, and I'm gonna probably
Facts.
give you the feedback on the next show about it. So put what you think is dope this year and what you done heard that you liked in the chat. So you might be able to put somebody else on to something. So shout out to the chat, shout out to Leroy, shout out to Ron for sure.
Yes,
Peace.
sir.
We out.
Peace.
Peace.